Okay, hold on, Rob. All
Okay,
right.
I'm gonna start now.
Okay, let's do it.
The way you were revolving with that chair, you gave some Professor X vibes.
He's trying to burn it out of his mind right now.
Doing my best.
He's like, there's no such thing as rebel moon.
All right. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Hey everybody, guess what? We are back. This is African Frame Podcast. I almost said Africa is next because is here. Yeah, as you can tell, guys, I'm not alone. I'm with Rob Sibeko, a writer, a director. He just released a book just now called Jin's War. Please do check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below. And yeah, we have a special guest, man, Buckmeister, man. Buckmeister is one of the coolest guys ever, man. He reviews anime, manga. He has conversations with independent artists. He goes to Comic-Con, hosts shows at Comic-Con. He is that dude. Like he has
Hosted
like
one time. Let's slow down. Hosted one
That's a
time.
lot. It's 100% more than
It's
one of us.
something, you know. He has,
As
he
I
has,
have
like,
superhero Mr. KFC on my chest.
you know what I mean? He also features on international podcasts. He's the guy. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you want to check out his content, go to Master Geek Media and Buckmeister Cul Reacts on YouTube and check out his stuff. You're gonna love it, man. He has something called Geek Heresy. I've featured on there twice. And
I'm
I
still
think
working on that second episode, my guy. Yeah.
sure. But well, there's one episode there. Just check it out. And well, there's more than one episode, I believe, but I featured on one there. It's quite cool. But yeah, today we're just gonna be doing Rebel Moon. We're gonna be reviewing it. And if it's your first time here, that means you're new. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment, to like, share. This is great content. I believe that you won't regret it. What is African Frame? African Frame is basically a podcast where we dissect films, good or bad. And I'm saying this intentionally. But yeah, this is the first Snyder movie that we've done, Zack Snyder movie that we've ever done. I don't think we've ever reviewed a Snyder movie yet on this podcast. Yeah. So this is the first one. So yeah, gents,
But you're already making your first mistake. You're supposed to do something in slow motion. And then you go back to normal. And then slow motion.
unnecessary slow motion, by the way. Unnecessary.
It's slow enough as it is. Don't worry.
Oh my gosh. All right. Sorry. Okay, guys. I'm not a I don't know. I feel like a film critic nowadays because as a creative, as a person who writes stories, Rob, you know this, right? When you're writing something, you also have to think of it like, how does this make sense? How does that make sense? There's a point where as a creative, you have to stop. Otherwise, you'll drive yourself insane.
Yes.
Because you can't plug every hole. It's impossible.
Yeah.
But at some point, like if you get an 80% coverage, you good. I feel. But like as I was watching this movie, I was asking why from like the beginning. And I feel like that's not a good thing. Because I was like, why? Like this movie opens with a soliloquy. And I'm like, already. You're not gonna just show us stuff. Not already. Once upon a time, long ago. I was like, guys, Star Wars wasn't even successful with this. Why are we doing this here with a fresh property? No.
Isn't that the robot narrating this?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, before we continue, I just want to do something that we normally do in case there's someone that's already used to that format. Just to mention who is in this film, who directed this film, and so on.
Oh, sorry, I just jump into reviews. I don't care about it.
It's all good, man. It's all good. So, Rebel Moon came out in 2023. It's a space opera. It was directed by Zack Snyder, and it features, or rather, it's starring Sophia Boutella, right?
Sophia Putella, yeah.
Yeah, I knew her. She really impressed me in that movie, The Kingsman Secret Service. You remember?
That's where I know her from, yeah.
Yeah. So she's like the main character in this story. Her name is Cora in here. We also have Charlie
Hunnam.
Yeah,
Charlie
Charlie
Hunnam,
Hunnam was in Pacific Rim. He was in Sons of Anarchy.
He was also in that very horrible King Arthur movie.
Yes.
I will defend that a little bit. It is not good, I agree. But
I'm sorry, when they started doing kung fu and like it was classes at the mall or there was kung fu in there, chief. There's a guy named there's a guy named John or something or somebody. He's like an Asian dude, and he's doing he's teaching the whole city kung fu.
Wow.
Fair enough, fair enough. But I like the fact that Guy Ritchie made it a Guy Ritchie film. Like instead of it being a medieval film, it became a Guy Ritchie film. And
that guy went Super Saiyan with Excalibur, my guy.
Yes, he did. It was full of they time throws and but the dialogue was what made it a Guy Ritchie film. Like when they were like doing the flashback. So I spoke to so and so, then spoke to so and so, and he said so. That moment, that sequence. Dude, we'll do it when we ever do the episode, definitely.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, not a great film. I agree.
Yeah, we also have Jimon Hansu, called Titus, a former general of the Imperium, recruited to lead the fight against Mother World. So I guess you can say that Mother World is like the Empire in Star Wars. And then you have Ray Fisher. Guys, I honestly didn't realize that Ray Fisher was in this thing.
Barely was. I don't think he knew he was in this movie.
No, I like. First off, you mentioned Jaimon. Okay, let's get through the cast because I have so much to say.
Sure. Okay. Oh no. Let me just mention quickly what Jimon Hansu has been in. I mean, he's been in so many things. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy, even though it was like a cameo. He's been in Shazam, and Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Jimon Hansu.
Oh, also he played Black Panther in a 6-episode cartoon.
Right.
He was Black Panther in the the BET 6-episode cartoon. It's a very underrated performance. If you have not seen it, please go check it out. It's also free on YouTube. He did a great job in that.
100%.
His best is still Blood Diamond, and the one with is it Channing Tatum, the fighting one, where he's a fight coach.
I wanted to say that when it's not Channing Tatum, you're talking about Never Back Down. No?
Yes, Never Back Down. Yes.
Yeah. Really, really good movie. He was in Furious 7. He was in Aquaman. He was in the Legend of Tarzan. He was in Gladiator.
Yeah, that was a. Hey, you know what's frustrating about Jaimon, right? Hollywood always wants to put him like he has to be secondary.
Yeah.
He's got such leading man energy, but he always has to be secondary. It doesn't make sense to me.
Like this guy could have been another Idris Elba.
Dog, no. He was Idris Elba before Idris Elba.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, like, he needs that. Where's his movie where he's the old guy and it's like, we need you back or whatever, and like this time is the last time, and he's the like. Okay, sorry. Please get through the rest of the cast.
Okay.
When you done, I'll start because
we also have Ed Skrein. He was in The Transporter Refueled. He was in Deadpool. He was the villain in Deadpool. Alita Battle Angel Midway. Funny enough, he was also in Game of Thrones, which is something I think Zack Snyder did deliberately. I'll explain. Because he played a role in Game of Thrones, I think for like 2-3 episodes. Then they replaced him with the guy that's a farmer in this one. Funny enough, in Game of Thrones. So the guy also played the same character. I don't know if you remember, Rob.
What did he play in Game of Thrones? Why am I blind?
You remember?
Original Dario, something like that. Dario.
Yes, the one that was banging Daenerys, and then suddenly he got Thanos to your right, or suddenly someone else. Yes.
Yeah, he wanted to bang Khaleesi, but he had to kill people first or something.
Yeah,
remember?
he showed up with heads of the rest of his crew.
Yes, and then he got replaced by this guy. I think is Michael Heisman. I don't know. It's Dutch.
Went full Afrikaans there.
Wait. Are you telling me that the guy who's supposed to be the love interest for Sofia Boutella?
Yes, he's the one that plays.
He was in Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Replacement, not just in Game of Thrones.
He was the replacement, but I guess he didn't look as scary as the previous guy.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I'm saying the seed guy, the guy who. Okay, sorry. Finish with the cast list because I'm about to. Dog.
Yeah. But yeah, he was in this guy I'm talking about, Michael Heisman. He was in, like I said, Game of Thrones, Orphan Black. He was in. You remember that movie with who's Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds' wife again?
Is it the Age of Adeline?
Yes, Age of Adeline. You remember he was in Age of Adeline?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was there. What's the lady's name again? Man, why am I forgetting her name? Blake Lively.
Oh,
Yes, Blake Lively, yes.
Yes, and then he was in World War Z.
hmm.
He was in Echo 3. Like honestly speaking, I'm not used to seeing this guy in a lot of stuff, but I
Wait,
know the stuff that
I'm just saying, hold on. Because now the list that you're rattling off, it sounds like a very seasoned actor. Are
yeah.
you telling me the guy who played Sophia Butella's love interest in this, that's the guy you're talking about?
Yeah, I talk about that actually. This man, it's
Okay, let me explain it like this. The guy that wanted Sophia Butella, not the guy Sophia Butella had a crush on. Because if you remember, there were two guys.
Yeah, I'm saying. So the guy she travels with,
Yes,
yes.
that guy. Yes.
I think the character's name is Gunnar. That's the guy you're telling me did all of that stuff.
Yes. It's about the director, guys. Again, After Earth, good example. Will Smith is one of the most charismatic people in the world. What did they do with After Earth? They turned him into a quiet, angry person who just stood out.
Whoa,
So yes,
whoa. That guy.
yeah.
That guy, bro.
Think about it.
He was terrible in this. What happened?
They told him, I need you to act naive. You've played a veteran in all your characters. Just act naive. Be
Yeah,
wide-eyed.
There's naive, sure, but like if you look at that scene, all right. So let's just start talking about this.
Wait. Okay, let me just put one last. Let me just plug. Let me just plug a few other people quickly before we get into it.
Okay.
There's Stuart Martin. Stuart Martin is the other guy that Sophia Butella really liked from The Village. And then you have Cleopatra Coleman. She was on a comedy series called The Last Man on Earth. And then you have Frafi. Is that the little boy who was in the army that all of a sudden had a change of heart or something? Didn't want some girl to.
He got horny, and that was it. Didn't have a change of heart. He just got horny. That's it. Like,
and the other thing is they said, okay, wait, sorry, finish, Mr. Extrodin. Good God.
And then you have Stars Nai. He's the guy that plays like the prince or something that had to tame some. Yeah, that guy. And then you have Anthony Hopkins, who's voicing the robot. Ray Fisher is the one that plays like the older brother to that lady. I think he has
the Blood X, bro.
Yeah.
Flash
and then
movie,
you have Bay Duna, who was in Jupiter Ascending. She has some English speaking roles. She was in Cloud Atlas, Sense8, Kingdom, Stranger, The Silent Sea.
Is she the girl that was getting snatched up by those obviously Jan van Riebeck channeling African?
No. It's the Korean lead. I think she's Asian.
Oh, the laser sword lady. Oh, I have things to say about her. I have things to say about everybody. Oh my God.
Yeah, but yeah, basically that's the cast. I mean, it's an ensemble cast, clearly.
Yeah.
Is it? I thought ensembles, everybody kind of had to be famous. Like the only people I know from this is like Sophia Butella, Jaimon Hansu.
You don't know Carrie Elwes.
No, but think about it.
I guess Charlie Hunnam.
You don't know Ant-Man guy. Remember these guys are all in here for some reason.
Sorry, you cut out Rob or I cut out.
Sorry,
you were saying
Ant-Man guy is in here, and Princess Bad Guy is in here for no reason. Just
Who's
like
Ant-Man guy?
The bad guy from Ant-Man.
Oh yes, the bald guy. He's like the chief. He's the leader, right? The
village chief. Yes.
Elder or whatever. Yeah.
Hey.
Anthony Hopkins is here as well. Sir Anthony.
Yeah. Okay.
And also
this bad guy, right? You guys know who that is? The guy from the first Saw movie, Princess Bride.
Who's that?
Carrie Elwes.
I'm blanking, bro.
You guys know who this is. Okay, never mind. Let's carry on. Yeah.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know now, Rob. I'm not like a cinephile. If my people aren't jumping and kicking, I'm usually not interested. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not sure which guy you're referring to be honest. I'll be lying to you.
I'm sure if we see a picture, we'll know him. I'm sure we'll see a picture.
In the movie Saw.
He wasn't Saw.
Oh.
What's his name?
Oh, he not the detective. He was the
I who actually had to do that. Yeah,
yeah.
What's
Yeah,
his-
okay. Yeah.
Carrie Elwes, Elwes. His face, you know
Oh,
him.
all right.
Yeah.
He's saying he played the king, right?
Yeah, he played the king. So that's why you couldn't see him because of all the facial hair. But he plays
Oh,
the king.
Mm,
and he was
okay.
Robin. It was Robin Hood in Robin Hood, Man.
Yes, Robin Hood Men in Tights. That's the
Right.
one of my favorite movies of all time. But yeah,
Okay, guys. So basically, that is the cost of this film. It had a budget of 166 million, and it shows. I mean, the special effects are not that bad. The problem is not the special effects. Let's just put it like that. Well, you guys maybe might correct me if I'm wrong,
No,
but
I mean, I don't think so, but like one thing that I think they did not do. Okay, first off and foremost, we got to talk about this love interest that you guys keep telling me about that did all of these things. Like that scene. Okay, so first off, right, we get the whole thing where we're learning about well, not learning, we're just seeing people in the village doing village things. And then the guy's like, everybody do somebody. And that was basically the scene, right?
yes.
Which a little bit strange. I didn't get it, but okay, I didn't mind it, whatever. And then we get that whole thing about like this is the first part where I was like, Zack, what are we doing here? So basically, she goes back to her room, and there's that guy. First off, I thought he had no legs because the way it was like framed, he was like sitting, and I could only see his knees. So I thought he was like I thought he was not what's the word for it? I thought he had no legs, basically. I don't
are
know
you talking
what.
about the old man?
Yeah,
Talking
the
about
old guy.
No, not him. The Wolverine guy. The guy looks like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
No, so there's that guy. There's that
Yes.
guy, and she's smiling at him and all of that stuff. I'm talking about when she goes back to her room and she's talking to the old guy with the gray hair, and he's like, "Den is a good man."
Yes.
He does. And then this is where I started was like, Zack, what are we doing here? Because if you like that scene, it was too long. Like Zack was approaching dialogue the same way he approaches action. Drawn out, long exposition. Why? Like the
Yeah.
whole thing of I was a child born of war and all of that stuff. I was like, you could have stopped right there. And then she keeps going, and then she's like, no, I love was beaten out of me. I was like, all right, we get it. I don't know how to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Close the
Because I was
curtain. Good night.
wondering, like, is this man supposed to be like Obi-Wan in this thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. But I'm just saying the dialogue just kept going on. It was just like somebody needed to just like I was watching this YouTube video and basically he was saying the worst thing to have in your dialogue is excess. Like if it's just filler or if it's just running a scene along, you need to cut it out. You need to cut it down. Like basically if they did some implied storytelling where she's just like you need to get some rest and then he goes on this whole thing about Den and then she's like you need to get some rest and she closes the curtains, that would have told us everything we needed to know without Sophia Butella giving us another soliloquy. I was just like, and this is the opening of the movie.
There's too much over exposition here.
Well,
I didn't get.
just remember this. You can get dialogue that is character based as well, which is, in my opinion, is supposed to be the main point of dialogue. So when she says it's beaten out of me, I agree, it's too much. But at the same time, one could argue, well, you see, it's to define her character or whatever, right? Only problem with that is that 10 minutes later, we get a flashback that defines her character. For me, it was redundant.
No, I'm saying, but like what I'm saying, Rob, is that it still goes on too long. Even after we get that child of war stuff, she's still going on.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you can cut this off. Give me child of war. I can figure it out for myself.
Yeah, it's true.
Sorry, man. Usually we go through Rob's notes and then we just start.
Sorry, I have so much.
Don't worry.
Rob, notes. Go to your notes, please.
Always get it. Let us start the actual review.
I'm sorry, guys.
So good, bro.
Tangents are the point. Jumping in is the point. So please, whenever I'm talking, jump in. Always.
Okay.
So the opening scene, we open on the image on space and narration. Anthony Hopkins is a legend who has done amazing movies, including Transformers 5 and 6. Like, what is going on? Did you think this?
No.
Did he like owe someone money? Remember Nicholas?
Wait, did he do Transformers 6? I thought he only did 5 because he dies in 5.
Oh, okay, then it might have been 5 only because I remember I heard his
6.
voice in 6. Might have been a thing, but anyway, okay, maybe it's just 5.
Does he play an Autobot or a Decepticon? Or
No, he plays an old man who looks for the artifacts for the Transformers, and apparently he's been researching them through history. And apparently they stopped the slave trade. They helped a man discovered fire. They fought Hitler. And
What?
yeah, Decepticons were apparently Nazis. It was weird.
What the hell? I'm glad I didn't watch that because wow.
But the point is, I think this man owes someone money. Remember when Nicolas Cage went bankrupt and he started doing the worst movies ever? I think that's what's happening right now. That man is a legend. What is he doing right now?
He won too many awards, dog. So many awards. It's like, okay, fine. You guys can use me for whatever. You know?
Yeah. Okay, anyway, he talks of a mega empire that has been impacted by the death of a royal bloodline. The vacuum that forms creates a chance for those to rebel, and they
would have been nice to see it. Would have been nice to see this play out, to show it. Because I mean, I don't understand how I'm supposed to connect to any of this if they're just telling it to me. I mean, Zack, you do 3-hour, 4-hour movies. I don't know why you just didn't do that.
Exactly.
But anyway.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it. Cool. So the story officially opens on a farm on a field being tilled by Cora, who is played by that lady. What's her name?
Sophia Boutella, yeah.
There we go. Boutella. Italian. I'm joking.
No, I felt like this first scene, like it is so Star Wars. You remember how Luke was a farmer?
Yes.
Like in my head, I'm thinking, are you gonna take like bar for bar Star Wars, bro? Is that what you do?
I didn't care. I like my problem started when people started talking. I was like,
And those animals are huge, eh?
Dog. But you know what? That's fat. You know what? I don't hate it too much because that's Zack Snyder. I mean, look at the opening of Man of Steel. His interpretation of Krypton was unique. It was something you've never seen before.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought that was nice. So look, he's trying something.
Yeah, I mean, it would suck to be a regular citizen on Krypton because if you're not a scientist or a warrior, I don't know what you do on there, and I don't know how anybody gets anything done because unless you like flying weird bugs, and how does the technology work? Anyway,
the economics in Krypton don't make sense whatsoever.
Yep. You can see she's kind of happy to be there. There's a moment where she's like sniffing the soil or some nonsense like that. And you can tell, okay, they're setting up that. Unlike Luke Skywalker, who was like, I want to get out of here. She's like, oh, I'm so happy to be here. They're setting this up. You know what I mean? It's a set up. Cool. Cool. So we understand it's a small village. We cut to a sex festival, which is unique. I've never heard of that.
yeah. Didn't they do something similar in Midsummer or whatever that weird
horror movie that ends with like, yeah. But that was a horror movie. That's true. That was kind of like a weird sex festival that ends with someone getting murdered. I also want to say one nice thing over here. You kind of get this weird. There's something that directors or rather writers want to do. I'd say filmmakers is that they want to tell a story without having to use words. And there's a nice little moment where with the threesome where you can kind of see like she's looking one way and the camera follows the eyes, follows the way one is looking like this. You can kind of tell. Okay, this is the love triangle. Cora is looking at Gunnar, but
yes.
Gunnar, no. And then Dan is looking at Cora, and Cora's like, not really.
Yes.
Which I was like, why? Dan is obviously
I think I get it though, because I feel like the other guy seemed a bit more. He seemed a bit more bigger and more masculine than the other guy.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but still, why not, right? But whatever.
I'm saying like Den was obviously more good looking than the other dudes. So I was like, why? I don't. Okay.
What's the hesitation? What's wrong with Wolverine over there? I couldn't tell what Dennis' face was doing. I'm like, is this good acting? What did Zack Snyder tell this man to do?
Yeah, that was another thing because like he does this thing where he like keeps smiling, half smiling, and then. Yeah, like he'll stand, smile, and then he'll just go back to normal, and then he'll smile again. And I'm like,
oh, he was being.
Are you flirting? Is this the move?
He was.
I never got a girl like that where I'd be like, hey.
He was George Clooney, bro. Have you noticed George Clooney likes doing that stuff? Like even in the Flash cameo, bro, dude is all smiling. Yo, Barry, what's up? Like we know you're George Clooney, dog. You don't have to shove it down our throat. We know you're handsome, my G. You know what I mean? So I feel like Zack Snyder was like, "Yo, handsome man, just be handsome and smile, all right?"
Yeah, I think that maybe that's what's happening.
Maybe. But I'm saying he would smile and then stop smiling and then smile again. So I'm like, I don't know if this is like a mate.
What language is this?
It was a weird moment. Anyway, that scene ends. We cut to the scene that you were talking about, where there's too much talking, and we get.
Yeah.
There's something I always talk about with the Save the Cat storyline thing. One of the things we all is about 7 minutes, and you get something called the argument of the theme, right? Where basically the idea is your characters discuss the theme, and then it happens. Now, when I first watched this, right, the reason why I didn't get so mad at it, because I was like, okay, they're discussing the theme right now, because she's like, no one loves me or whatever, you know what I mean? Love's being beaten out of me. So I'm like, you know what? This is gonna go somewhere. It fucking doesn't. It's the last time it's mentioned. But anyway,
It's the same as that love triangle that they were setting up, because that goes nowhere either.
But you know what I think is gonna happen? I might be wrong though. I think it's like a Hunger Games vibe. You remember in Hunger Games there was a love triangle?
Yes.
That sort of didn't go anywhere, but the more you kept on watching the movies, the more it kept on progressing.
I'm not. I refuse.
But I don't like it when filmmakers get so ambitious, because that's like, how ballsy is that to be like part 1, part 2 coming soon?
Yeah.
It's like, you don't know if like, stop doing this thing, Hollywood, where you're so sure you're getting a sequel. Finish your story and then get a follow-up.
Yeah, like the mummy.
Yes.
The mummy. Ironically,
like Star Wars.
Tell.
If we're talking about Star Wars, A New Hope finishes. Like if the thing stopped there,
Yes.
the Death Star. Why am I forgetting it now? Is it the Death Star?
Yeah, the Death Star.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. The Death Star is destroyed. The bad guys are defeated. Everybody goes home. Like that's literally how it ends.
Exactly.
All right.
The greatest ending of all time. You know what I mean? That has one of the greatest endings of all time.
And I think that's why people got interested in. You know what I mean? It's like, wait, whoa, are they coming back now for revenge?
Yes, and you got excited.
It makes sense. Yeah.
100%. I think the only people who've gotten away with it, no, even they didn't get away with it, and that was Pokemon. Remember the original Pokemon? They called that one part 1. Was there ever a part 2? It's one of the biggest franchises to ever exist. And even it couldn't get away with it. But Zack Snyder's like, I'm the chosen one. I'm him.
You gonna watch 4 parts of Rebel Moon. You're gonna have 8 hours of this franchise. I'm basically going to pull another Lord of the Rings via Rebel Moon. Like, yo.
By the way, of that, Zack Snyder said he got inspiration from what? From Star Wars, Seven Samurai, and something else. Just forgot the third one. And
anyway,
it shows.
Let's get back to
I
Rob's
was
list.
saying Glorious Bastards, but we'll get there. Cool. So the argument of theme. We also get Zack's new love. We all noticed in the zombie movie. I forgot what it's called. What the zombie movie was called?
Army of.
Army of the Dead.
Yeah,
Army of the Dead. Yeah, Army of the Dead.
Basically, and that's Buka. You guys know what that is, right?
What's that?
It's a shallow depth of field. You know how like you'll watch something and it's like up close, but then everything behind it is blurry?
Oh.
Yeah. I swear he uses it in this movie almost as much as he uses slow motion. It's like it's his favorite thing, where everything now looks blurry now in the background.
Hey! Our one of the Rebel Elite has joined us.
Welcome.
Hi. Sort of
like
joined you guys. Can you guys hear me?
This is when Stone Cold breaks the glass and you know that the danger is coming.
No.
Like it's already been bad and now it's about to get worse.
I'm sorry, it's just that I can't activate video. My lights are not working with me today, so
we will see you in Spirit, Chief. Don't worry.
yeah, okay. So yeah, I just pretend that I'm the ghost of the Emperor, quoting the king.
I was gonna put it on scene.
If anybody doesn't know who Tebello is, I don't know where you've been, but like I said, if it's your first time, Tebello is he has his own YouTube channel called KC Media. He is the co-founder of Khala Corp, and he has a podcast there called Netgasm. He has another one called Geekspot, and he does have a co-host called Pila Maseti who couldn't join us. So Just wanted you guys to know that. Also, he is a comic book / manga writer and artist, just like almost everybody here. But yeah.
And
Yeah, anyway.
trying to make money from it. Sorry,
Yep.
Rob, go ahead.
Yeah, cool. Cool. So yeah, saying his obsession with shallow depth of field, in some moments it can be awesome, right? But in this movie and in the last movie, it's overused, even though it's a great tool for a filmmaker, especially if you're doing low budget stuff. Of course, he's got 160 million, so why is he using a low budget tool? But we'll get there. Anyway, I was gonna say, side note, I actually think Zack Snyder is kind of good at setups. Like I said before, the Man of Steel interpretation was fun. Even the
Metaphors debate.
even the zombie world setup was kind of fun. Army of the Dead, including, you guys know he did the remix of the original Army of the Dead, the 1990 one. You guys watched that one?
No.
Oh my god. Okay, if you ever watched the terrible Resident Evil 5, I think it is, where what's the name? The one underwater. Yeah, Mila Jovovich. When they're under the water.
Medication.
I haven't seen that.
Never mind, then I'm going too far in. Okay, never mind.
Okay, yeah.
Point is,
No, you're not going far enough. It's okay. We defend this man. I need as much defense as I can on this man.
Hey. Khala, relax, Chief. We can't get raw just yet. This is not the nerdgasm.
yeah, we
Oh, I'm sorry. Where am I?
Anyway, the point is, the first 20 minutes of a Zack Snyder film tend to be the best of the movie before things get Zack Snyderized. Anyway, so yeah.
Buckmeister, your face.
Usually.
You're telegraphing everything.
I didn't say anything.
You'd have lost the poker game.
I did not say anything.
Fun. So anyway, after the setup, now we get to see the Empire. They come in, right? But now what happens is everyone now huddles in the little village hut. The whole somehow.
I just wanted to add something before.
Yes.
Sorry for distracting. Are we allowed to use the Empire in this case? They
I
did call
call
it
the Empire.
What? I just know they're from Motherworld.
Mother.
I was like, ow, what's happening?
Because I was also struggling because, forgive me, I saw a lot of a certain other franchise in this movie. So, like, is it the Empire or is it just...
Right.
Okay, so for context, they are talking about the big mother world people.
Motherworld.
Okay, so
But it's the Empire.
for context.
Yes.
Yeah, continue.
Okay, sharp. Yeah.
So the village comes together and we get a list of goals. Survival, but how? This is now again bad movie, but this is a nice little storytelling tool that they're using right now because they're setting up a list of goals. So we get an element of conflict. One of the village has been supporting the rebels, which is Gunner.
Who's stupid? Sorry. It's so stupid.
It is.
Oh my god.
Okay, also, guys, I just want to say something. Am I the only one who felt like Korra ringing the bell was the most useless thing ever? Everybody saw it. Everybody saw the shit.
Dude,
One.
man was like just looking at her like, what are you doing? We're all here. She's like, my ears are here, nigga.
1, 2, Gunnar, the deuteragonist of this movie, is one of the most stupidest characters I've ever seen. They landed with giant ships, and you're just like, maybe let's talk to them. Okay, fine. No, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait. Buckmeister, as mayor of that town, what would you have done?
Oh, well, I'm shooting Gunnar. I'm shooting Gunnar immediately. No, actually, I'm joking. I'm not shooting Gunnar. What I'm doing is I'm keeping him as far away. I'm locking him in a shed, basically, and I'm tying his mouth up. And I'm basically going to say, we don't have the fields and all of that stuff and yada, yada, yada. And we're just going to keep talking because Ed's crying, right? If you don't give him anything, okay, he's going to want to destroy something, right? Cool. But You let him destroy a little bit, he'll leave because he doesn't want to waste time here. He's obviously looking for these rebels. You're not the point of interest until Gunnar makes them the point of interest. He literally gives away what little secret that the village has for no reason.
But also, he was not convinced that the place doesn't have enough fertile soil.
No, I'm saying, like, they can still trick him. They can still lie. They can still pull stuff off.
It wasn't working because, like, these niggas are looking like Abby from Last of Us. Just buff, dog. And it's like, okay, but where are you getting this weight powder from?
What kind of starvation is this?
Yeah.
You look better fed than me.
They could have figured it out. I'm saying Gunnar was dumb.
I would have been honest, told them, yeah, guys, the harvest is in this amount of days. You're going to get your food. Sharp.
Yeah.
Because you're just a citizen of the motherland.
No, but they are not, because what happens to people who are supposedly citizens of the motherland, the mother world, is that they get destroyed. Like, my thing is that Gunnar went and overcommitted for everybody, and he didn't even stick to the plan. And then when the bad guy does the bad guy thing, we'll get to that scene a little bit later in Rob's list, but I'm just saying, they told him, don't say anything. And this guy goes and opens his mouth and overcommits and dooms the entire place. I was just like, you didn't have to say anything. Let the leader talk this out and figure it out. You're not the leader here. This is not for you.
He should have known his place, though, honestly. Like, he should have just kept quiet. Even when they were asking, like, is there anybody who tends these fields? Keep your mouth
shut.
We have robots. I don't just have that.
I mean, even if it looks like things are going wrong, and that's what it did look like. It looked like things are about to go wrong. I agree. He should have still kept quiet. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just nobody knows nothing. The leader knows everything, and I'm saying
Ed's right. Humble peasants.
I'm saying Ed's right.
There's something that I wondered. There's something that I was asking myself, and I really, because obviously I think most of us knew where the story was going before it even got there.
Yeah, obviously.
In my head, I'm like, my man, don't you notice Sophia Botella here? Like, don't you notice her? Like, is she that complete? Like, you have never seen this person before. Is that what you tell me?
Yeah, basically. She's that ugly.
Yeah, because she's famous. It's
but like what I'm saying is, back to Gunnar, right? The thing that irritated me about him is that, like, he's acting like these people aren't evil. They landed in Nazi boots. They're huge ships, and you're just like, let's go trade with them. And then when he hears we'll triple your things, it's like, dog, you believe him? I wouldn't believe anything that comes out of it. And then Ed Skrein's character, right? He's in a rush for these rebels. I doubt he wanted to waste time on this village. I doubt he was like, this village is now a point of interest. They could have stalled long enough that he would have been like, all right, let's go. I just feel that way, because when I look at him in the rest of the movie, he doesn't take time with things.
That's just bad writing.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Rob.
But I also feel like Zack Snyder did this on purpose. It's like, okay, you were in Game of Thrones and then you got fired and you were replaced by this guy. I'm gonna give you the power that you didn't have in Game of Thrones, and I'm gonna make you cuck on this guy that replaced you.
I still that scene was so that scene was so bad to me when he kills the leader. Like, that scene was so bad to me because I was just like, he's like, the way he was reacting, he wasn't reacting like he saw somebody die. Yeah, he was reacting like somebody spilled like tomato sauce, or they dropped like the hot dog from the braai or something. He was like, what did you do? What did you do?
The wife had more agency than him.
I don't think Zack Snyder is good at that, because I felt the same way in Justice League when Cyborg's father died. Nobody cared. Dog, like, nobody cared.
Including the son.
Yeah, so anyway, Stephen Wolf, I think, is just doing 1, 2, 3. We need to leave.
I'm saying, but the thing that made it bad is when they focus on Gunnar. I forget the actor's name. When they focus on Gunnar, I'm looking at it and I'm like, dog.
Okay, I need context. I didn't even bother to remember these people's names.
Okay, so he's the guy that was like, we should trade with the evil Nazi people, obviously. I mean, Ed Skrein even has half a swastika on his face, and like, we're not...
He's the farmer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The dumb idiot.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
like when Ed Skrine's character, Ed Skrines, when he does what he's going to do, obviously with the stick, which is one of the most boring weapons I've ever seen. But anyway, when he does what he does,
Did he like? At some point, I was watching like he watched way too much Inglorious Bastards.
yeah.
Yeah, because he was really acting. He was really acting like the guy from Inglourious Basterds. You're right.
Mm.
No.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. Anyway, when he kills the leader, I was just like, and then that guy is like, oh, what did you do? And I was like, dog, is this the best you got for this scene? Like, is this was the best take? Like, because it looks like he's trying to cry, but it looks like he's not crying, and it looks like he's like half interested in what's happening. And then when he's like, when will my bushels be? And then it looks like he tries to reset, but it looked like he didn't go through any emotions on his face. I was just like, this feels very bad to me. Like, this feels like a very
This-
bad performance.
I didn't feel anything in that moment. I don't want to lie.
Like he was.
This would have been a terrible normal performance. This would have been an average Star Wars performance.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
of recent
bullshit in
years,
Ahsoka.
yeah.
I think
Anyway,
it was bad.
it's more
Like,
like
if it
I
was
was just saying it was bad for me. I was like, bro, you are not bringing whatever you need to bring here.
Ahsoka, no question.
Yeah.
No question.
If we were to compare this moment with the Glorious Bastards, when you actually realize that the Jewish family is underneath, and while Christoph Waltz is busy talking to the guy who actually put them underneath there, you feel everything. You're like, yo, is he gonna find out that there's people underneath? You know what I mean? There was nothing.
Okay.
There's no agency.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that, and there's
Okay,
a style of
I want to hear this reason. Of all the people I was counting on to give me context in this entire movie, I just thought this Rob is the one who's gonna come because God, I need some context.
Okay, look, this man. That's what I'm trying to go over. But basically, there's a triangle being set up here. Basically, what this man did was he wrote a short film. So from the first minute to the death of the village chief, that is a short film.
True.
Do you know what I mean? Beginning, middle to end, and
Right.
I think it's about 20 minutes. That's why I say the first 20 minutes are normally the best part of a movie. And again, the best part of a bad movie is like the world's tallest midget. It means, yeah. And, you know, let me go over it first, and then I'll explain at the end of it. So that way you guys can understand what I'm trying to do and what went wrong. Cool. As I was describing the setup, right? I was describing the setup of the situation. So what happens is we get Gunner, whose opinion is, no, we need to try and make a deal with them. You know what I mean? Be like, hey, we got extra grain. Let's sell it to them for extra money. Do you know what I mean? And then, cool. Yeah, he fights for his position. And our hero, who shows some agency, speaks her mind, and wins the debate. Because she argues, no, these guys are evil. You don't make deals with the devil. You know what I mean? So it's a setup. You got point one, you got point two. Right? And the tension point is coming down the middle. So now we've got to see which way things go, right? So that's writing 101. You try to build up tension, right? Cool. A lot of stories will have a. Now, what's nice about this is it sets up meaning. So a lot of stories, for example, it gives the location character. If you understand what I'm saying, because now it's just two people. It's the village. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like a good example would be like Coruscant from Star Wars. What can you tell me about the people from Coruscant? You can't tell me much. Do you know what I mean? They're desert people. That's pretty much it.
No, it's Tatooine, sweetie.
Sorry, Tatooine, my bad.
I was like, Coruscant, that's a damn city planet.
I wanted to say Tatooine as well, but yeah.
Sorry, my bad. But yeah, it doesn't tell you much. You just kind of know about your jobs. This one, you kind of get a feel of the village. So that's what Zack Snyder trying to set up, trying to give the village itself its own feel. A better example of this that would be better would of course be Samurai 7 if you guys have watched that. Or
the anime.
Yes, the anime, yes. Because the
Yes,
village,
I've watched anime, yeah.
Yeah, you get a feel of who the people of the village are. Also, in the actual Samurai 7 from the movie, you get
Seven Samurai. Because the movie is Seven Samurai.
Yes.
The anime is Samurai 7.
Samurai, yes.
Yeah.
You get a feel for the community first. You know what I mean? So now they're going for a Western vibe, cowboy vibe. You get it. You know what I mean? Okay, they come together to so and so. But anyway, cool.
Because the Magnificent Seven is basically Seven Samurai, but a Western version, right?
Literally, yes.
Right.
So yeah, this is key characterization, but as you can tell by me using the Star Wars example, you don't actually need it for a story to be good. Do you know what I mean? Story, you hope doesn't use it, but it's still it's still better than this thing. just pointing out what tool he was using. Not saying whether it's
cool,
bad.
cool.
Cool.
Just a quick note though. Shout out to Sofia Boutella. I feel like she was I want to say fourth best or third best performer in this movie. I think she did all right for what they gave her.
Yes, I agree.
Like she's at least more believable to me than the rest of the people in the village.
Who? Sophia?
Yeah.
Who?
Boutella. Korra, the legend of Korra.
Hey, don't bring that up, Chief. You're gonna bring up whole other stories.
The main character, bro.
The major.
Oh, really?
We'll
Are
get
you
there.
sure?
We'll get there. Because I'm with Tebello. We'll get there. We'll get there, Tebello.
I
Hey,
guys, I'm comparing her performance to the rest of the people in the movie.
Okay.
That's what I'm comparing her performance.
Okay.
we're gonna
Yeah,
have
and
a
I'm
discussion
saying,
after the movie.
I'm saying it's in this movie.
Mhm.
She's bringing it more than a lot of people.
Yes, we'll get
The bar is in hell, sir. That's the problem.
What?
I'm excited for this discussion.
I think you're being way too hard on Sofia Boutella. I'm sorry, bro.
But to be fair, her performance here is not as good as the performance in Kingsman Secret Service.
No.
Which is ironic because she doesn't talk in that one. I feel like that's
But
yeah,
the
I think
performance
Yes.
is way better.
yeah,
Wait,
fair.
Kingsman Secret Service.
Yes.
Yeah, you remember the assassin in Secret Kingsman?
Yeah, I'm talking about the first one. The lady with the
Oh.
no. Yes, that's her. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's her.
Yeah.
What
Exactly.
happened?
Exactly.
The mummy. That's what happened.
It's the director, Baba. It's not her.
Yes, the director. Yes.
I'm still saying, I still maintain she brought it more than a lot of people in this movie.
I agree with you.
I agree. I agree as well.
And hence my statement: the bar is in hell.
But yes, we'll talk.
Okay, we'll get there. All right, sorry, Rob.
No problem. So yeah. So now they all agreed. Okay, they've got a game plan. They're gonna do the minimum for the Empire. Right. Korra's plan has won. They're going through. So now we know the stakes now, and now we know the goals, the risks. Now we get the Empire comes in. This not a good story, but this is a standard story beat. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? Cool.
Right.
It was
Now-
giving.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. For me, it was giving the king arrives at Westeros at what's it call it? What's the name of the castle in the north?
You know what?
King's Landing.
Not
Oh,
King's Landing.
not King's Landing, Winterfell.
Yeah, the king arrives at Winterfell. That scene when the king arrives at Winterfell in the very first season of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
had to take the tempo and all the pomp and circumstance and take this scene, copy and paste. You just see very familiar things.
True, but I wouldn't say the tension is there. Do you know what I mean? The
Yeah,
bomb.
there was no tension when the king came in Game of Thrones.
Yes.
You're
That's
right.
true.
It's a nice welcome. Yeah, there wasn't a bomb under the table, and this is what Snyder's done. He's put a bomb under the table for us to look at. So that's
Okay.
the big difference there. But I actually agree with you there. That actually is a interesting point you made there. Cool. So anyway, we're 14 minutes in, by the way. We get the Hans.
Guys, I came 40 minutes late. What do you mean you're only 40 minutes late?
Dude, we were just ranting. But it's
How
okay.
can you rant without me and then start? It's like
Don't worry. We'll get there.
To be fair, it was my fault. I brought nerdgasm tendencies to African frame. I'm sorry.
Because with African frame, we follow Rob's script.
yes. And I was waiting for people to be I was hoping for people to be disciplined and focused. Yeah, I'm hearing the attention. It started with attention. We went to
You know what?
rehab, Buckmeister. That's what we're doing in the
Buckmeister
off
has-
season.
Buckmeister has two gripes. One is Legend of Korra and the other is Rebel Moon. So he's taking out his anger on at least one thing. Allow him, okay?
Good as well.
Hey dog, Rob, I got a lot of beef with Korra. Oh God, you don't understand.
I'm gonna call Dr. Vandergert, our resident psychologist, to tell him that you relapsed. So that's so you know.
I'll drag you back, my man. Outside of Zaire, I don't like anyone.
Remember what I said about Zahir? But we'll get there. Please, let's continue.
Okay, we should
Okay,
get there.
okay. Just quick note: Zahir sucks. But anyway, go
They
ahead.
all suck. Come on, it's like
Wow.
Okay, no, let's
No,
start.
let's move on.
Okay, 14 minutes in to
Yes.
this 2.5 hour movie. You're leaving at midnight, child.
Okay. So Rob, go ahead. We're talking about the bomb under the table that Zack gave us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we get our Hans Landa type moment with the Empire commander being oddly friendly, but at the same time being sharp with his word choice. He's trying to do the Hans Landa thing, where basically Hans Landa comes in, he's all happy and is all quirky, but the actual words he's saying are deep. He's trying to do the same thing by saying, "Wow, everyone kind of looks fat for a starving community." So he tries that. He's given an offer that comes with bringing in robots that help the field while getting massive amounts of money for their crops. It appears to be a genuinely good deal, which supports the argument that Gunner made. So Gunner right now is living his best life. He's like, this is perfect.
I told you. Type of situation.
Yes, exactly. But the village man is like, nah, dude, we're going with the plan. And he says, I'm going to have to decline your offer. By the way, the village leader is played by Corey Stoll of Ant-Man fame. He declines and which one could consider to be stupid as fuck. But
it is the dumbest thing. Let me tell you why.
Yes.
One, when there's an invading military occupation army, and you have no army to counter with, you have no position to negotiate anything out. To decline any offers. At that point in time, the two things: we can either profit from it or die. So I would have gone straight business. What do you want?
Yeah.
How do you want it?
My issue with Gunnar was the reason why Gunnar frustrated me more than the leader, I think, is because he was like, these people can be great intentions and all of that stuff. And I was just like, you know nothing about them. And they came with
Either way.
I don't know what your logic is here that it's going, and also people know that these people are of the mother world, and they know that Gunnar has been trading with he's been trading or been feeding their enemies. So why is Gunnar so gung-ho to give them information that would obviously incriminate him and the village? Okay, I was like, yeah, the leader is dumb, but Gunnar is offering them up on a plate.
On one hand, you could argue that Ghana has never traveled the world. He doesn't know anything about politics or whatever. But on the other hand, there's logic, guys. Like, I don't care if you've never traveled anywhere around the world.
Never been glad that my lights are not working today, because the face I pulled would have made this camera crack.
But anyway, yeah, guys, moving on. For all they know, because the risk of this is, for all he knew, they could have said, "Oh, so you guys aren't giving enough? Is that it?" And then takes the surplus food. We don't know what could have gone wrong here. Anyway, Commander Atticus, which is what that guy's name is in the movie.
Commander.
Yeah, Commander Atticus, not being a fucking idiot, finds all of this hard to believe and starts asking questions. And then
was the Admiral?
I'm pretty sure it was Commander, but either way.
He's a man with a stick. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he's an Admiral. That's what his designated range is, which made me laugh, because like, Admiral of what fleet? You should have more than one ship, child.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's an Admiral.
By definition, it's not but anyway, he finds this hard to believe and starts asking questions, which makes the tension grow. By the way, Zack has been playing all of this straight with no sound, which is not a bad idea at all. Like with the movie Ronin, I could imagine an opening here with throbbing, tense music. I don't know if you guys saw the Ronin review. We talked about that with the movie. There was like boo, kind of tense music. This one, Zack plays it silent. Anyway, Atticus Norman does his Hans Landa impression, which it's okay. I don't hate it. Man's not a bad actor. Cool. 18 minutes in, with the point of tension set up, the attention of the story moves to the one character who opposed the chief plan, Gunner, which isn't working in the first place. But things get so tense, the man makes a move and tries to imply that there might be a little extra food, which undermines the initial no.
Right.
So even if you agreed with Gunner, what a fucker. You know what I mean? This is a disaster now, because now there are two stories.
Yeah,
not only are there two stories, Gunnar is trying to negotiate with somebody who's obviously not negotiable.
Yes.
Like, you've just seen him not negotiate with the leader. Why are you trying to be like, well, keep in mind our realistic projections? Bro, read the room.
Yeah, trying to negotiate with a Bengal tiger.
Dog.
Like you're trying to save your leader by saying, no, actually what he meant was we do have enough. It's just that it's not enough for y'all. It's enough for us during the winter.
Excuse me, what? We are fighting to protect your homes in the cold of space.
Have you guys seen that? We watched it the other day. Basically, there's a scene where one of the guys like, I could negotiate with the main terrorist guy. Hey, Bobby, let me tell you everything that's going on right now. And then the guy gets shot in the head. That's basically what's happening right now.
I remember that. I've seen that happen.
Don't negotiate with terrorists.
They needed to negotiate. They needed to get Corbin Dallas from Fifth Element to negotiate with the terrorists. That's the type of negotiation they need.
I mean, I definitely agree with Tebello. The leader was dumb. I just think that Gunnar just made it worse. That was my thing. He kept throwing gasoline on the fire and saying, I'm helping the village. And it's like, no, you're not.
I would have exiled him the moment the ship left. I was like, you.
Yeah. 100%. And they do blame him, which is funny, but then it goes nowhere. But anyway, let's get there.
Mm-hmm.
The chiefman says, nah, Gunnar is ignored. He's a piece of crap. Ignore him. Cool. We get music for the first time. As Atticus puts out his knopkiri and wants to show.
That knopkiri was working overtime. I actually think that knopkiri was better than some of the actors.
Dog, that knopkiri should be part of the cast of that.
It got its own close-up.
Is that a femur bone?
It died. It got its own music.
What is it? A bone?
It's a femur bone, isn't it?
Well, nah. I mean, it's designed that way, but it's still wood. I'm pretty sure. They say it's wood, but they shaped it that way. Yes.
To show that he rips femurs out of his enemies. I don't know.
What does he think he is, Batman?
Dog, Zack Snyder saw a cool picture once and was like, "Yeah, this is nice."
This
Zack
whole
Snyder
movie
tries to be deep and is not deep. And
this whole movie, dog. This whole movie just feels like, look at this cool shit right here. This whole movie.
See what I can do. Hey guys, I can do this. By the way,
I'm gonna quote my absent co-host and say this movie is excellent to play without any sounds on with music in the background. He said it before, and when I was watching, like, this guy's actually right.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, sorry. Keep going, Rob.
Sure, no problem. Cool. Yeah. The scene is very drawn out. I think we can all agree on that. This takes a long time.
Way too long.
The tension just builds, and it's like, okay, we get it.
I mean, I saw it from the minute that he landed and spoke to the leader. I was like, the leader's dying at the end of this sequence.
Yeah, of course.
Like, we could just get to the part where we get this over with.
Yep. I saw it when this guy
declined their offer and you still want to have ale with them? Why?
Oh my god. Anyway, he gets met with a little reversal card. The village chief gets killed along with the wife. That scene kind of ends with them demanding more grain than they could ever survive with. Cool. So bad guy takes over the village.
Wait, we gotta stop right there also.
Yeah.
Stupid. Because if you're the guy who needs food for your army, why are you starving the people that are gonna make the food? What?
Because they're not the only providers of the food for your army.
No, but then why would you make such a big deal about it? It doesn't make sense.
To punish the people for their disobedience.
Yeah, you were just flexing your muscles.
What? Because then it means that you wasted fuel. It means that they wasted fuel to make that expedition in the first place. They took all of those resources to go bully a planet that they don't need.
No, but they were looking for the rebels initially, not necessarily.
No, but I'm saying the rebels were not even in that area.
Yes.
And they weren't looking for Butella because they didn't mention Athalia or whatever her name was. They weren't looking for her.
Right.
They actually say in the dialogue that, I remember when they keep calling it surplus, it's because it's the food that's meant for the empire, because they are giving taxes towards the empire.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They're already giving. But the idea was they must give more because the rebels have been stealing the food supplies. Do you know what I mean?
Which is the perfect excuse I would have given them. Like, guys, we have the surplus we wanted to give you, but these rebels came with guns and stole it. Look at all. Brother, had a perfect line. Look at the damage here. These fires were made for just last week when they raided. We are poor, defenseless children. That's why we are so buff now. Because
but they were going to be killed anyway.
To protect ourselves from the rebels.
But they were going to be killed anyway because the Empire was going to say, why didn't we catch wind of this? Why didn't you guys tell us that?
Okay, fine. You didn't catch wind of this.
Because they took out our communication lines.
Okay, fine. You didn't catch wind of this. If your army needs food, why are you killing the people who provide it? That doesn't make sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't. So yeah, that's the short film. That is the Zack Snyder 20-minute short film.
That's the good part, right?
Yeah, that's the
how long?
best part of the movie, right there.
Yeah, here we
It
go.
was the most coherent. It was, but yet it was a full-on copy. It was a cheap photocopy of course, Inglourious Bastards. I feel like
And Samurai 7, you could say, because Samurai 7 is all about these farmers hiring
yes,
7 warriors to help them with invaders at their farm, right?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So you could say it's very derivative, yes.
Oh, we can also drizzle Stargate.
Which
Okay.
one?
Yeah,
Which one?
the OG Stargate movie.
Oh, OG. Okay.
SG1.
The SG1. Yeah.
No, not SG1. Stargate, the movie.
Oh, the movie. Oh, okay. I could see that.
I haven't seen Stargate.
Yes,
movie.
an oppressive overlord is taking out the minerals of this poor planet of these poor
Okay,
innocent
guys, we
people
gotta
who have to
move
give
past
up
this
lives,
20 minutes. We gotta move past this 20 minutes.
All right, cool, fine.
life and limb,
So yeah,
while having to resort to having other people from a different planet to come and liberate you from obviously the cold evil overlords.
Okay, Rob, let's go.
yes,
Come
okay,
on.
but I was saying anyway, the review of everything, this man, there were some parts that were a bit incoherent, but otherwise probably the best part of the movie. And it's over now. Now we get the laughs. Anyway, so we cut into the very South African workers. At first,
Oh God.
because it was hilarious. These niggas out here using. At some point, they said food sec. I was like, oh my god.
No, you know what? I was like, they specifically had to position anybody who had any sort of a darker hue away from these characters specifically. Anybody just a little bit. Like even that other guy that they had that was sort of Mexican, even that one was a little bit dicey. But you know they could not have any black people near these people because somebody was like, I smell the spirit of Jan van Riebeck here.
It's like a black person. You don't just see the way South Africa has developed a very dangerous reputation on social media. And the moment we find anything that triggers us.
Yes.
And funny enough, the guy who was the leader of that small squad,
Yeah.
he's a veteran actor. He's brilliant, actually. I think the problem was the other actor he was with.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
And the other actor, funny enough, he is also like seasoned.
Yes.
But I don't know why he was so
Seasoned
goofy.
does
He
not
was so
necessarily
goofy.
mean competent.
Do you know what it felt like? It's like, you know, when you're watching a modern movie, right? And everyone looks normal, and they're like, "Oh, there's a Native American guy, but he's got the wig, and he's going, how? Oh, yo.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Dog. Like, and I'm saying also, outside of just being a goofy, weird, the Antwoords blasting.
It's even worse, but yeah.
Yeah, basically he just needed to be like fussa, fight. Like that was him the entire scene. I'm saying outside
Like,
of
which
that,
soldier is proud to show his captain do stuff like that to other people? Yo, captain, what's this? Captain, what's this? Let me bully this robot quickly. He's not gonna act.
that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, we're here on a mission. Focus. Like,
Exactly.
you're a grown man, and we're here on a mission to conquer this planet, but you messing around. And then when I tell you to go back to work, you're like,
You're pissed off. You catch feelings.
And it meant nothing. The whole thing meant nothing. It goes nowhere. Why are we here? Oh my god, dude! It was so.
It's to attract our demographic.
Dog.
I get
South
you.
Africans are famous for being mercenaries. That is our thing. From the
Yes.
movie Dark Angel to the TV series Dark Angel, to
District 9.
Blood Diamond, to District 9, yes, to even Elysium.
Yeah.
Mercenaries there.
Are y'all forgetting they also mentioned us in the first Thor movie?
Yes, you're right. And even that guy has a South African accent. The Wakanda, what's his name?
Andy Serkis.
Yes, and he's
yeah.
African accent. So South Africans equals mercenaries. That's our image.
white
South
South
Africans.
African. Hold on.
Yes.
I'm definitely gonna clip this movie.
Oh God. They will look like, dog, did you read my mind? What's happening?
And this is the second time you guys do this, by the way.
Jeez, like it's happening too often now.
I have wanted the force. Go to have a Jedi.
Anyway, yeah, I think for some reason I was like, okay, I don't really feel anything for this robot, even though he's, they go tell him to wash up. I'm like, whoa, wait, since when do robots wash up? But okay, fine, wash up. And then this girl, all of a sudden, he's giving this robot flowers, and I'm like, whatever.
Also, why does she trust the robot? He landed with the bad guys.
Dog, and he's been there for 2 seconds. You just got raped.
If it's me, I'd have kicked that robot while it was down.
And also, like, what's with the young soldier? Like, yo, you get whipped immediately as you step down from the ship. You see one girl.
Hey, look, fine. We don't know. Maybe he's been in a sausage fest. Maybe he's been in a sausage fest for 50 years. We don't know. Maybe he's been in a sausage fest for 10 years. Fine. My thing is, why did y'all set him up and do nothing with him? He doesn't show up later. He doesn't join. Like, he says he's there for nothing. Like, I thought he was going to be
part 2, Baba. It's for part 2. All these things are for part 2.
I was thinking, like, to prove Buckmeister's statements. I mean, you see what happens to guys in space if that other guy that heaven was anything to go by. So, no.
Oh, you mean weird pig Kevin Spacey?
Oh God, I was like, how dare you?
It was just so
okay,
wild.
we'll get there. So, yeah.
Funny enough, worse than that scene becomes the next scene where the girl's like, "Hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Anyway, the history of my people."
And there is why I can't support this performance. I'm so sorry.
Anthony Hopkins and Morgan Freeman, they always get them to do stuff like this. You always have to have these actors that are going to give long soliloquies like we're supposed to care.
Even Christopher Plummer.
Actors specifically because they know, okay, it's Sir Anthony Hopkins in Jay, give respect to the Grootman. But it's just like, I don't care about what story you're telling. None of the, why are we looking at this?
It's like it's 5 of them, ne? Unfortunately, Christopher Plummer passed away, but he used to be like that. And then it's the 2 that you mentioned. James L. Jones used to do that a lot because of his voice. And then Lawrence Fishburne as well.
Yeah.
For some weird reason, we have to tell stories.
We have to be the exposition.
Legend Keith David. There's a great voice.
Yeah,
right
also
there.
Keith David as well. Yeah.
One of the kings.
Who was the voice of Spawn?
Keith David.
Keith David, yeah. In the animation one, right?
Yeah. Okay, I thought you meant the movie. Sorry. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, it comes out of nowhere and it does nothing to move the story forward.
Actually, if you cut it out, half of the problems we have get reduced by 10%. Not by a lot, but a little bit. But anyway, cool. So we cut 30 minutes in. We finally cut to the village tour.
Are we going to? We've had our first action sequence. Have we talked about the elephant in the room?
No, not yet. Action sequence hasn't come yet. We're not there yet.
Okay.
But also, is everybody in this farm dumb?
Yes.
Because it's like, no, I just thought maybe you could be thirsty. I want to give you water. After they treated you the way they did earlier on, you still want to go?
No. Look, I think the
Stockholm
thing
syndrome.
is. No, I think the thing is, right. Like that was supposed to be a clever bit of like if it had been written better, right? The point is, I thought of the scene is that they're trying to mitigate the damage. They're trying to appease these guys with whatever they have so that they don't destroy the village. Right. That's what I got.
Right.
The issue becomes when she starts being friendly with the robot and there's no motive behind that. Like, she's not trying to manipulate the robot to get her on her side or something. Right. She's not trying to, like, that's what I got. It's like, if this was written better, it would have been a smart thing that they're trying to appease these soldiers so that they don't kill everybody.
Right. What they've done is put this current scene we're about to talk about, they should have put that one first. Because remember, in the village discussion, they say we should try and appease them. And
yes,
you show this. Now,
right. So that should have happened before the communication with the leader.
Yes.
That's why she's kissing up to the robot. Now it makes sense why she's offering that guy water. Why it's her every single time makes no sense. Why not everyone else? Who knows?
Yeah. Why is the young child doing this stuff? Shouldn't there be like an elderly lady doing these things?
Yeah. She got pervy eyes from the simp, and she got pervy eyes from the rapist. Maybe don't make her do things.
Maybe that's the thing, is that she's got feminine wiles, even though like the lady to me was just boring. I mean, she's a pretty woman.
Are you telling me prostitute her out? That's the moral of the story.
I'm not saying that. Hold on, Chief. This is the wrong podcast for such language.
He always writes 18. I was even shook. I'm like, I don't even swear that much. Then I see in the corner it says 18.
It's for moments like these because you never know what's gonna happen out here.
Anyway, I'm saying.
And you know the funny thing is I don't put age restrictions on my work.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah,
But I
yeah.
suit.
We just let the Wild West fly there. Anyway, back here. So I'm saying the thing is, right? Obviously, she's a point of interest for this army or whatever.
Yes.
Right.
If you, as a village, as you said, they don't have an army. They have no way to combat these guys. They need something. So if they're kissing up to her, I mean, okay, not give her to the rapist because that was just weird. But I'm saying, like, if she can get some sort of insurrection going, if they can turn somebody against somebody, they can at least have someone in their corner to do something.
Okay, I can see that working because what you do is you put the scene before, and then you're like, okay, you give her agency. You're like, okay, you're in charge of making them happy, and then you say things go wrong, like she fails at her plan.
That would have actually been interesting, actually, if it was like
because
that.
I'm saying obviously that guy is ready to rebel against the army. Then you can start building up their relationship so that you can take that guy and make him more important and connect him with Sofia Boutella. Like part of the thing with this movie is that it just you think we have tangents? Zack Snyder directs with tangents.
Yes.
For days.
And what's funny is that as you say that, I think about it, you're right. What they could have done is you give her agency, right? You go through the whole thing. Oh, crap. What did you just say now? You said something. Got me interested now.
No, I was saying about like how you take that guy who's obviously simping for her and you start building their relationship and you make him connect with Sofia Boutella as well because they can have a connection as soldiers who defected from the army. And then you can start building up the rebel force.
Okay,
Buckmeister is so smart. He should actually be a writer of his own comic series. Oh wait,
It is.
But yes, I was saying the pattern. Remember, we've already set up a pattern where he sets up the situation and then it happens and it goes wrong. Cool.
Yeah.
So you do it again.
Yeah.
You set up the situation, we have the conversation, the plan happens, it goes wrong. You do it again. But because Zack Snyder has attention span of a fly, he forgot the last movie. He forgot about it. He forgot, so now he's doing something else now. And yeah, I agree with you. What we just did there.
No, I'm sorry. The back can't just drop on Zack Snyder only.
Yes, right.
Are you telling me in this entire big budget film with 2x4 technology,
The producers.
there's no producing staff, there's no writing, there's
I
no
don't know.
editorial
Zack
department.
Snyder, when I've seen his movies, it feels like he takes direction from no one.
Yeah.
I think it's because he thinks he's a writer. I think we've discussed this before.
Like he makes a great looking movie, but like he can't write.
What's his face? He knew his place. Stanley Kubrick. He knew his place. He said, "I am not a writer." So what he would do is you get someone else to write it, and then he would direct it.
But also, I think even if Peter Jackson had this, and I'm not talking The Hobbit Peter Jackson, I'm talking Lord of the Rings Peter Jackson.
Yes.
Had he worked on this and given it more time, this would have been way better than this.
No, it would not. I'm sorry. I love Peter Jackson, don't get me wrong, and everything like that. But Peter Jackson got as far as it got because you're so respectful to the work of J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yes.
So
that's what I'm saying.
there's
If this story was given more time.
He's saying there's nothing to respect. Watch.
No. I'm
Here's the
saying
thing,
is
right?
There's no Tolkien who wrote this.
No, but I'm saying, Tebello, like for me, I can if I was making this story, okay, and this will be the last because we need to actually keep moving on. But I'm saying if I was making this story, like it's not a lot of the scenes on paper. If you just read them on paper as is, they work.
Yes.
This execution is too spotty in a sense. Like, okay, we got this soldier, she ran away from another life, whatever, a generic, sure. But she's living amongst these people, sure. People come, they land, all of that stuff. I'm saying this story beat for beat, it can work. Even when we're doing the gallivanting, even though personally I feel this should have been more episodic than a movie. But we'll probably get into how I feel about that a little bit later. But the point is, I'm saying Rebel Moon could have worked fine. I really think so. I just think there's too much Zack Snyder isms in here, and there's not enough direction given to the actors. And the actors that are actually good or actually acting, they don't get enough screen time. But anyway, Rob, please go ahead.
I blame the writer, but I was gonna say one thing. I think if the Rousseau brothers made this better movie. But anyway, cool. So 30 minutes in.
There were Chowskis would have made a better movie. And let's say after this mess they made
The same thing would argue with that, but okay, yeah.
Okay, Rob, please.
Anyway,
take us forward.
Cool. Everyone is rightfully pissed at Gunner, so they decide they're gonna appease the thingamajiggy. So Cora decides to bail.
Why didn't they just kill him? I don't get why this wasn't mob justice. Like, yo, dog, you.
They're simple farmers. They're simple farmers.
Let's see what simple farmers can do.
That was mob justice. Mob justice was required there.
I have family in Limpopo, boss. Trust me. Simple farmers ain't that simple.
It's getting sorted out today. But anyway, Anyway, Cora decides to bail. Classic rejection of the call. You guys know the rejection of the call. This
is the typical hero's journey situation.
Yes, exactly. Hero rejects the call. We get a bit of Cora lore and a reason to fight.
Cora lore. I love the way you're just simplifying it. The amount of exposition that woman has espoused in this movie makes me feel sick.
Dude, like Buckmeister was saying, if this was an episode, that backstory is an episode in itself, dog.
It really is. But she decides to leave the village first, right? She's done, even though they tried to be like, no, man, you decided to stay. We backed you up. Now back us up. She's like, no, thank you. She bounces. 32 minutes in, we get the call back to the water girl and Marcus. Marcus being McRapey. We get a scene of her getting attacked. The good man, the simp, the evil general scene from like the 80s. It's like an evil scene from the 80s. You know what I mean?
It's so weird because I thought the general was like a good guy. I thought the guy was a good guy.
Oh, no, he was also talking about you're going to help me evict these people out of. He was supposedly supposed to be more like calm and reserved.
Yes, exactly.
But like he's just not as cartoony as the other guy, so you don't remember him.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
I think like in anime, if this was anime, he would have only been good to his soldiers, but not to the villagers. So you sort of like have an affection for him as an because obviously he was going to be an anti-hero if this was anime. You know what I mean? Like if you're watching Gundam or something, that's what would have happened.
Yes, but yes, Gundam as well. Yes, that okay general guy. Yes, but anyway, so thankfully we follow. This is kind of like a copy of 80s movies like Death Wish. You know what I mean? But unlike those movies, I don't know if you guys have seen Death Wish, but yeah, it's hardcore, it's graphicness. But in this movie, he doesn't follow through with the attempted attack because he's too cowardice. Anyway, because Zack's not pronounced style, it kind of comes off as a bit goofy. This is the first action scene, by the way. It's too soft to be an 80s film, and it's too offensive to be a modern movie. It's very,
Yeah. I mean, like, I get the whole feeling uncomfortable. Like, I guess he nailed. I guess
it's like trying to bring. Who was that guy who tried to bring a whole lot of edge to Star Wars?
Which one? Rogue One.
Yeah, it's not even Rogue One. No, and I'm like, it's like he took A New Hope, and they said like, let's make it edgier.
Oh,
like I guess. But I'm saying also like that, like what disappointed me with this scene specifically is not that whole weird sexual assault stuff, which of course, I mean, again, it was weird that they just had these 4 guys carry her around and like they were just like, okay, you hold on to her and lick her face for 2 seconds, and you hold her and lick her face for 2 seconds. That was just.
I'm going to turn her into this. It's like,
Yeah. Where's your mustache, sir? He might as well. He should have been toiling like 4 of them at the same time. He should have just been like, mwah.
Let an assistant twirl the rest of his mustache with him. It was really corny.
Yeah, but like the other thing that was weird to me was just the staging of the action scene. I just think the action scene was so lackluster, and I'm just like, but this is Zack Snyder. Like that really disappointed me. That really disheartened me that the action scene was just boring.
Really?
And it was bloodless. It was so bloodless.
No, I mean bloodless is one thing, but the way it was staged, like one dude literally runs up to Cora and he does this. He like waves his body at her like that was an attack of some sort, and then she just shoots him in the face. And I was like, how do we go from the warehouse scene? How do we go from 300? How do we go from
Mm-mm.
Right.
how do we go from
Okay, I'm gonna say
Watchmen?
something controversial, and I know
Yeah.
I might get cancelled, but the action sequences in 300 are not as good as you guys think it is.
No, it was overrated. 300 was
No, I mean it's
overrated. It doesn't
overrated, but
age
I'm
well.
saying as action scenes, at least they're like, as much as they're slow
That's what
mo
I'm
and stuff,
saying. One of the worst parts of that movie was the action scenes.
I think it's the best part of
And
that.
a lot of slow motion in that movie. Yo.
Yeah, I'm saying there's a
Compared
lot of
to
slow motion, sure, but I'm saying like the stuff that they are doing, right? Like the shield blocking and the spinning
Yes.
Yeah.
and the formations and all of that stuff.
Right.
At least it looks cool. Like if you frame
Yes.
it and look at it, it looks like a comic book frame. I get
Agreed.
that.
He was
We go to
confident.
we go to the warehouse scene, right, with Batman.
Ish, guys, I have load shedding, but I'll continue on audio maybe.
Oh, okay.
Or
All
let me
right.
just try something, but I'm still here.
Phone light. I
Ish.
did that once. There you go.
Yes, son. Yeah, there
Let's
you go.
go.
You look good. Yeah. Anyway, I'm saying like Batman, like the action
you
scenes in
look like a
Batman.
Dark Lord of the Sith, but that's not for me to judge.
I look
like
like
that.
what?
Okay,
The
guys,
Dark Lord of
hold
the
on.
Sith.
Let me finish my point, please.
Sure,
Okay,
please,
okay.
my brother.
Anyway, I'm saying the action scenes in the Batman versus Superman, the warehouse, the action scenes in Man of
Okay, yeah.
Steel, and
Yeah.
all of that stuff. Like
Uh-huh.
that stuff was like, I mean, really solid. Even like I've seen clips of it, and I haven't watched the movie, but I'm saying even like scenes in Sucker Punch, as much as bad as Sucker Punch was,
Oof,
at
the
least there's
worst
some
I've ever seen in my life.
at least there's some visual interest. Here, she like knees one guy, and then she's just like running and shooting, and then like and then she like it's a weird action scene. I was disappointed because I was like, Zack, you have money. This is your own thing. You can do
Yeah.
whatever you want. You didn't have a stunt woman? You had Sophia Butella literally do her own stunts.
But
Which
yeah.
is so dumb. Yeah.
I like the slow mo way. He like when the headshot happens and you kind of get the guy's perspective. That was
Yeah.
okay. I like that because because like trying to get a shot on the girl, but every single time she kills someone, she's always behind the guy. I was like, okay, in terms of storytelling through filmmaking, I was like, okay, that specifically is nice, but everything else, not a fan of. I agree there. Cool. So we get a standoff that gets wrapped up quickly by the non-violent robot that chooses violence in the second scene. We find out about it. And
Yeah.
he just fucks off, and the whole
Yep.
Like, what happened to that robot?
He went to go be a scarecrow in the fields.
Yeah,
and
you see
the
me that
whole
other movie.
Like, I love this poster. Like, they have him in the back like he was
Dog.
a character.
I thought he was gonna join. I thought he was gonna join them.
Yeah, because I was like, if this is Star Wars, you need a droid. I don't know why you guys are avoiding the droid.
He's so meaningless, and everything they set up for him is dumb. What I think is a decent way to improve this is to not fix it, or not to fix it, because you can't fix this movie. But to improve it was to have the robot in the village from the start. Robots apparently put their guns down and aren't as useful as the king that died. It just kind of deactivated. That's what they say. And there's not that many robots in the first place. So he's a deactivated robot that used to help them all the time. You can just say that. And then when they see him, you know what I mean? They shoot at him. They're like, oh, okay, cool. That's why he's shooting at him, because he wasn't on the ship with them. But now the guy on the ship on you, oh, look, that guy that's been with us the whole time, look at me shoot at him. Doesn't make sense. So,
Also, let me shoot at him while he's carrying the stuff that we need for our mission that we're supposed to set
supplies.
up. Our supplies. I'm not
why?
gonna blast the actual supplies that we need here. Like maybe there's food in there or weaponry. I'm not gonna blast that. No, I'll just hit the robot. What?
no sense. But anyway,
And you're telling this to your general who already knows this. He knows this.
yes.
Why are you telling him something he already knows?
Anyway, Rob, let's go.
Just needed the classic as you know line. You guys know the as you know meme.
Yeah.
We get the class now. 38 minutes in, we get the classic cowboy gets his gun back scene. We get the close up with the shallow depth of field of the gun, like it's gonna mean something. It doesn't.
It doesn't mean anything.
Nothing.
Sorry, keep going.
But also, even the action sequence in this situation is like every soldier was just waiting for Sophia to beat them one by one.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
And like I'm saying, I get that. That's very Hollywood action. But you gotta do
Really?
something cool. You gotta do something like, for example, right? Bruce Lee, not Enter the Dragon, Fist of Fury. There we go. Bruce Lee, Fist of Fury, Chinese Connection, however you want to call it. When he walks into the dojo, right, and he's fighting everybody in the dojo, at least he's doing like sweeping kicks and he's like picking people up and he's spinning people and he's using the nunchucks. There's visual interest happening there to be like, this guy's a dangerous guy.
Guys, I'll
Yes.
be back.
Sorry? Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm saying Sophia Butella was not doing anything that indicated to me that she was dangerous.
Yes.
I was just like, these guys can probably do what you can do. You're literally being protected by the plot here. You're not, and like, it doesn't look cool. Like,
Exactly.
none of that looked cool.
That's one of the mistakes you make with slow-mo and with long cuts. M. Night Shyamalan made this mistake with the long cut, where, and you know, guys, you know, the last Airbender, where he's trying to, where they fight guys, and because it's a one cut, you see people waiting for their cue. Mistake. With slow motion, there's enough time for me to see that you're not hitting the guy. Mistake. So those are things you have to be careful of. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, we get the cowboy gets his gun back, called to fight. Cool. Classic derivative stuff. The two of them, Gunnar and Cora, are now traveling. Now we get the true story of her background, Thanos style. Her people were killed. She was taken in. We get the detailed story of her growth. Food and slow-mo.
No, but like the other thing, before we even get to that though, why did he spare her? Why did he spare, like,
because he was willing to kill him.
Yeah.
So what? Everybody there was like not willing to kill the people, even though they were a military resistance and they were mounting a brave resistance.
It just seems like there's a Thanos
like
connection
with
because
Thanos, right?
The same thing that Thanos did.
With Thanos, right? With Thanos, Gamora was just on the half that survived.
Yes.
That's supposed. That's the logic.
Right.
Is that he was killing half of the planet because he was trying to save that planet because of its resources, and Gamora was on the lucky half. We get here, I don't understand the logic, and I don't understand why he handed her a gun to try and shoot her. And why was the gun empty? It doesn't seem like these guys reload. It just shoots lasers. So why was the gun empty? And then also, he's got blood on his face. Why he taking the little girl with him? Okay.
The plot armor is what took out the bullets in that shot.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, so you get so much slow-mo, like every 10 seconds. Someone
so much random slow-mo.
Someone actually smiled in slow motion. I was touched. Anyway, so now visually in terms of show don't tell, it's great for her. But not for the story itself, not for the story. It's a waste.
I felt nothing for the princess. Like, am I supposed to feel something for this princess? Like, there's nothing that I was feeling for this princess.
No, and also, wasn't she telling this backstory to Gunnar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't Gunnar say one of the most stupidest things ever in this scene?
What?
Like, it's so stupid. He's like, okay, I get killing the leader and the wife to keep us in line and make an example, but you don't really think he's going to kill us, right? Where the hell have you been?
They're trying to make him naive. And he's too old. If he was 16 years old, it would make sense. This whole
yes,
maybe, but like even then, I wouldn't buy that because at 16, if I had seen somebody murder somebody in front of me, I'm not going, hey, he might be a reasonable guy. Yeah. What the hell?
If you're scared, if you're so scared, the idea that this will actually happen, that he will actually let us die, will be so shocking that you literally can't believe it. If you know what I mean.
We've made so many excuses for Ghana at this point.
No, there's nothing. No, he's stupid. Like, dog.
He's naive.
No, yeah. There's naivety and there's stupidity. He bashed that man's brains in front of you, and they used a laser sword and cut his wife in half. And they literally were going to starve you to death. You said this yourself, that we can only produce 12 bushels. If we produce if we give you 10, we're going to starve to death as a village. And he was literally like, I want everything. Of course he's going to kill you guys. Of course he's Gunnar. You're the deuteragonist? He's worse than Sakura.
I wish I could see Tebello's face right now because he's so quiet. I'm wondering what he's thinking. I can't read him from wherever he is.
No, I never thought I'd find a character worse than Sakura. And that's Gunnar.
Oh my god, Sakura wasn't naive, but anyway. But yeah, shame, poor Sakura. Anyway, as I was saying, The story is good for her background, but not good for the story itself. Tolkien, because it's specific to her, but it's not specific to the background.
Yeah.
Tolkien said it best. In order to achieve grand appeal, you have to use bone-crunching specifics. You have to be specific, and she's just vague like a mofo. And not only that, she's contradictory. Like, for example, if love is needed for a soldier in the Empire, why would our first look at the Empire's downtime be a gang rape?
Okay, and then also, if love is needed for the Empire, how are you telling me they beat love out of you in the beginning when you were saying that you were against love? What the hell?
Doesn't make sense. It's contradictory. So, and also, what did we actually learn about the culture? Okay, we like fighting, but like fighting how? Like Goku?
Are you saying
Specifically.
Yeah.
Also, who did you fight? All she does is slow-mo run towards the camera, and then some.
That was it. Yeah.
And then some smoke happens, and then she slow-mo hides behind a wall, and then she lifts a flag. Hello, who are you fighting?
We didn't see the enemy. Like, there was no enemy we didn't see any enemy she was fighting. We just saw lasers.
Exactly.
And
why does it seem like everybody has bad aim in this movie? Like, nobody. Have you seen how nobody dodges bullets?
Hey,
like,
dog, no one ducks. No one.
It's just so funny because all their bullets, they go through you, dog. They don't hit you.
So they all have bad aim here.
Yeah.
Like all these
And then
soldiers.
also, I'm just like, how you happy and cheering at a meeting with the people that killed your entire village and snatched you up and took you from your family? How you there? Like, yeah. I'm just like, if we were to get dark with this for a second and we to compare this to slavery, I don't imagine any slaves being like, yeah. Like,
the Empire.
Like, the idea is you get house slaves. But remember, he's indoctrinated. That's the idea. Okay, but then show us the indoctrination.
Yeah,
don't
we
skip
didn't
that
see
part.
it.
Don't just say I spent 5 years with these guys. Like,
yeah, I spent 5 years, and I'm saying you're cheering with them, you're kissing people in the army wearing the uniform.
It's the part where you break. Don't just be like, they broke me. Oh, thanks. I'll believe you. But anyway, it's terrible. So anyway, 48 minutes in, we finally leave the village. We are now in the city of Wood to talk to a guy. But that guy is taken away when we get to see a boss scene. And then, and that guy's taken away, so their plan falls apart. Cool. We get a boss scene, or rather a Mos Eisley scene, a la Star Wars, just with no diegetic music. It's a strangely silent bar.
Yeah. Like, there's no dialogue, there's no commerce in the background, there's nobody drunk fighting in the corner or anything. I was like, bro, nothing?
No jukebox next.
Yeah. And then we get weird Kevin Spacey.
Yes.
Like just straight up grabbing people's nutsacks.
Like, is this your owner? What did he say?
Hi guys, I'm back. Sorry, there was a bit of an emergency.
Yeah, no. Oh, okay. Is everything cool though?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just discussing Pigman Kevin Spacey.
How dare you?
How
dare you offend my people?
What did he say?
I thought Kevin Spacey was the offense.
Yes, that's literally what he says. Is this your owner? Yeah, and then it escalates.
Saying, like, after all the things I heard about Kevin Spacey, I was like, Zack, is this the inspiration for this character? Like,
and even then, Kevin Spacey was with young people. This is a grown-ass man out here looking confused as someone tries to grab him. What is happening right now?
Who doesn't even defend himself, dog?
I mean, really.
Like, I'm not a violent person, right? But if somebody just went for my nutsack, I'd have to do something. Like, I'm grabbing a bottle, or like you're not just going. Like, and I'm a little dude. I'm a very small guy.
I think that's one of the issues I have with shows that have female protagonists that are strong, and then you have the male supporting character. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense. So, like, dog, I know that you're not the main character, but there's no way you can just, like, you see with Ron Stoppable, there is some action. He does stuff.
He fights. But he's one of the monkey kufu guys.
He's a monkey kung. Yeah, he's a monkey kung fu master.
But with other shows, it's like, yo, dog, you can't do anything.
You're about to be taken advantage of.
Yeah. Okay, she throws a punch, he gets hit. You know what I mean? Like a Jackie Chan movie, make it fun or interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm saying also, like, if, like, I'm just saying, if that's where the bar fight's gonna start, just let the dude grab a bottle and hit the guy in the head. Just something like just a reaction, because he's just like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't do that, bro.
I'm sorry. No, what angers me more than that is how we've been crying out to have representation in a sci-fi film, and the first time you put a LGBT member in the sci-fi film is a person who goes around groping and raping, basically basically alleges to raping someone
Oh,
it's like giggles. Oh, grapes, slaves, basically. And that's your first. No, so I'm sorry.
And it just has to look creepy for some reason.
I'm sorry, Tebello. Oh my God. Oh, that is bad.
Yeah. I
Right,
thought
that's
the whole last 2 seconds of the movie kiss scene from Star Wars was bad. Then they thought like, guys, you thought that was bad? Hold my beer. I want to make it look so awkward that you're gonna think Star Wars Disney representation is actually okay.
Although I'll give it this, when Sofia Boutella's character Cora actually sorts that guy out, that was a decent action sequence for however short it was.
Yeah.
She doesn't even sort him out. Charlie Hunnam does.
Yeah.
He throws him out. But that's the other thing that's
First
confusing
part.
about her character. I think that's the other thing that's inconsistent. Are you a soldier or not? Which one is it?
Yeah.
And that was a good opportunity for her to use the gun. I'm not saying go full, what is that movie, Gunslinger? With Dark Tower, where it's like, brrr. I'm not saying do that, but do something cool. Nope, she just kind of fires it around, and it's like nothing special is happening right now.
So no, Snyder was like, no, I need to introduce one of the other
And
characters.
the amount of plot armor this girl has, my God.
You know how we complained about Sabine? Sabine has nothing on this girl in terms of plot armor. Sabine has nothing on this girl.
No, dog. Sofia Boutella is a pile of twigs, just out here wrecking the dog.
Look, you do see that
I'm
she
not talking
really
about the
bulked up.
physicality of it.
She definitely bulked up for the role. You could see that she bulked up for it, but no way.
Yeah,
I'm saying like, look,
Gina Carano, but at the same time, maybe just use the gun more. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get that, but Rob, I get that, but I'm saying, okay, we in a
Trust
weird.
me, honey, we are not gonna compare you with Han Solo if you shoot first.
Yeah,
exactly.
But yeah, what I'm saying is that like I get the whole okay. She looked like she had a bit of muscle on her, and it didn't look like she was lifting guys up. It looked like she was maneuvering their joints or whatever. So I could buy that. Right. What frustrated me is that she barely goes for cover. She's barely trying to defend herself, and these bullets are just whisking by her. And I'm just like,
in slow motion. If bullets travel that slowly, I wouldn't be afraid of them either.
Like I'm saying, like we were talking about Sabine and how Sabine was dodging, like nothing could hit her. Then at least Sabine had some sort of Beskar armor thing going on. This woman is dodging all of these lasers with a cloth and a cloak, and is just in jail. I'm out here. Like what? Okay.
Let me do my thing.
Like, and not even showing emotions of fear or anything. Like.
I mean that I get because she's supposed to be a warrior, but I'm just like the staging of these scenes is bad. Like if you're a warrior, like how is it to run in a straight line when bullets are straight being fired at you? How is that a strategy?
Yeah, she could have used it as a moment to tell a story. There could have been plot beats in this fight.
Right. Whatever you do, avoid the guys. So whenever they're aiming at you, it means they're gonna shoot you through the head. Duck like this. Make sure you throw that. Make sure you throw off your center of gravity so that they can't trace your fire. Something like that. Give us some information that you're a soldier.
Or like have her be a crack shot where she's shooting the guns out of people's hands.
Yeah, like Gunslinger, like in Dark Tower. But again, like I said in the previous fight, where you can see they're trying to shoot her, but she keeps hiding behind the bodies of everyone she's killing. Before, do it now. Yeah, Zack Snyder forgot about that. Amnesia. But anyway.
Zack Snyder and the writers of Game of Thrones season 8 were in the same WhatsApp group. Danny kind of forgot that she had
season 1.
Anyway, Rob, let's keep going.
God damn it. Okay, yeah. Anyway, we get information. We get the information we're looking for, along with the bloodless gunfight. We meet Charlie Hunnam, who's playing Kai. He is on his way to Pollux 2, and is happy to help them.
So
Is he
wait,
Scottish?
just
Is
another
he
section.
Scottish? Because at a point his Scottish accent started to irritate me. It didn't feel authentic.
And
Yeah.
since when was there Scotland in space? Since when is there South Africa in space? I got so many questions. Like,
Oh,
are
you know what? We can't do that because we watched Dragon Ball Z, and Jace was the
Yeah.
most Australian we've ever seen, and
Space
we don't
And they
understand where
made
he
fun
came
of
from.
that in their best series.
Yeah,
I'm
but I'm
Space
saying in the
Australia.
Dragon Ball, I'm saying in the Dragon Ball series, they played it straight, so I don't have a problem with that.
It's,
Yeah, me too.
My
But
thing
see,
is,
it's like it's fine. You can have a Scotsman in space. That's okay. I mean, we have what the guy from Star Trek. That's
So
fine.
is the mother planet Earth?
Maybe I don't know.
maybe.
But the way Charlie Hunnam was like sounding monotonous in a way. No 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 no. I'm like, yo, bro. I
Guys,
don't
I'm
think
sorry.
it's supposed to
At
be like
that
this.
point, trust me, his voice was the last thing I was paying attention to.
Oh,
that
like
took
you said, you're gonna go to dark city.
Oh God!
Toy toy.
I actually thought
It
he was
was a toy toy.
No, I
Like,
thought like
oh, come
it,
on.
you know what irritated me about his character is that they just trust him out the gate. I'm
Dog.
like, aren't you a warrior? Aren't you like a soldier? Haven't you been betrayed like
Suspicion
multiple
meter.
times? Like, aren't you like a veteran? Shouldn't some red flags be going on? Because like the minute I saw Charlie Hunnam, I was like,
Like the
bro, I can
feminine-
clock this guy's.
She looked at his big bulging muscles and the feminism went flying right out of the window. It's like
But
whoops.
I'm saying that doesn't make sense because she's
Uh,
been in war. Like,
Oh,
if you're a
hormones don't make
grizzled
sense.
veteran, like if you're a grizzled veteran, like to the point where she was going to ditch that village because she's like, I can see you guys have no inkling of strategy or anything. Like, you guys don't know what you're doing.
Yes.
So that's supposed to tell me that she's had experience, and the
Right.
experience just droops out the window.
It's
Because
like, okay,
of
and we're gonna
because
pay you with food. You're like, it's all
Let,
good.
let me put it in this context. This is the downside of there's a trope that's written. There's a big TikTok thing happening right. Oh, it's not right now. It's been happening for some time now. But there's this thing called female lead characters written by men, and she falls right into that group because she's supposed to be tough. Takes no it takes no for a song. She's all gritty and tough. Enter a man to come here and save her at the right moment. Suddenly she trusts her. Years of military training, years of her own damn instincts gone flying out of the window because big bulgy muscles comes right. He's a rogue. He doesn't play a character.
But I disagree with that because I've seen dudes who write female characters very strongly. I've seen like this like they can do it. It's not that hard. Like,
Yeah,
But also, I want to say something quickly. Like, I think there's this thing that we have been quiet about for too long. This thing of recruiting a team. Like, for instance, in Justice League, when Flash is like, "Stop right there, I'm in." Like, dog, you don't know this guy from a bar of so. Okay, you know he's a billionaire, but really, like, that's it. That's all it took.
No. Look, in that world, right? In that world, if we're talking about it in the context of that world, Flash is supposed to be a Batman fanboy. So if Batman shows up at your doorstep and you're a Batman fanboy,
Wait,
and
but
he
does
asks you
it
to
mean
join,
he knew that Bruce Wayne was Batman?
well, Bruce Wayne tells him in that scene,
You know,
he threw a shuriken at him.
which doesn't make
okay.
sense because
Fair.
that's another movie, another story, another day.
Fair enough.
Anyway, but I'm saying with this team recruiting thing, right? Part of my issue with it is, first off and foremost, Charlie Hunnam's character starts representing a repeating problem in this movie. Like, he literally veers them off course. Like, there's no reason like Sophia Boutela's character should be following this guy at all. And he's just like, I have a ship, I'm going to Pollux. Okay, let's go to Pollux together. But instead of going to Pollux, I'm going to take you to this other guy. Why are we going to this other guy?
He's super good looking.
Remember, he's the one who gives them the crew. He's the one who, because remember, they have to find people, and all of them are all Charlie Hunnam, people that Charlie Hunnam pointed out. But actually, for me, what pissed me off about that scene was there's a scene where he says, I'm an opportunist. Do you know what I mean? So I'm trying to take money. So he says, I'm skeezy, right? And she's, okay, but you understand there's no money here. And he's like, that's fine. Oh, okay, but there's a rule. There's a rule in this world. If the product is free, it means you're the product. Do you know what I mean?
No red flags. Even the farmer didn't say nothing, even though he's been selling to people like he's supposedly a businessman. His businessman instincts didn't kick in.
Yeah. if the product is free, you're the product. Apparently not.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, this is fine.
No, and it's not even just her. Like Titus and them, the general. No one said nothing. No
It's so
one.
weird that I'm even gonna. It's so weird that I'm even gonna say this in Dragon Ball Z, dog. The second episode when Piccolo arrives and says, "Look, Master Roshi is not gonna help you defeat Raditz. Krillin is not gonna help you defeat Raditz. You can only work with me." Goku hesitates and says, "No, I don't think it's gonna work." But he says, "You know what? Let's do it." But because I know I want to do it with you because I know should you try to betray me, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, I can beat you. Yeah, I'm ahead of
I
you.
can beat you.
Yeah,
Not here. Not here.
Because he's
It's
late.
like, okay, let's just go.
He's late. He's in a hurry. So he's gotta go. Go.
Guys, once again, emergency.
All right, cool,
Alright.
man.
No problem.
All right, cool, man. Okay, we're now 56 minutes in. We finally leave the planet. In a 2-hour movie, how can this be the midpoint? Because nothing's happening.
Nothing.
The pacing, in terms of, because we always show where the midpoint of a movie is and what's happening. Over here, there's no high, there's no low. We're still getting to the movie. So this is a failure in pacing. Anyway, so we get our first antagonist perspective, where we see the bad guy having a bunch of tentacles on him.
It was so weird. I'm like, I'm supposed to be scared
What
of this
is
guy.
that, dog? Is that like a
This is
drug?
supposed to be
that
the
drugs?
Vader. Like, I
What
was like, this is.
hentai bullshit am I watching right now?
Like, hey, dog. I was just like, this is supposed to be the Vader. This is supposed to be Vader. Like,
Dog.
Vader was scary. Like, even in like, okay, Obi-Wan series, I'm not a fan of it, right? At all.
Yeah.
But the Darth Vader scene that you see in there with him in the back tank, he looks like a monster. Like, he looks like he is scary. Like, he's baking and cooking in those salts as they're supposed to put him in the suit. It looks like it's horrific what's happening to him, but because of those cold stares in his eyes, and I mean, I want to say Hayden Christensen also brought a great performance to that. Like, there's this look Vader has as he's in the back of the tank. Like, yeah, this dude is a problem. We come here, and first off, Mr. Forever 21, Nobkiri wielding, weird haircut. Why did he he looked like he looked like he was from Dexter's Laboratory, like he was going to say ha 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 ha.
I don't know if it was sexual innuendo, tentacle porn, or
Yeah, and like, for example, first off, we don't even know why he's clicking these things into his body. And then second of all, he's supposed to be getting information that's supposed to be making him look more intimidating. Then we have something and he's like, hey. And I was like, they did something similar like this in Blue-Eyed Samurai, where the bad guy is giving his soliloquy speech as there's a lady shoving some Tengu mask up no, not giving him. She was shoving the mask up his
Oh, you talking about, but that's near the end. That was episode 6.
No, but I'm saying the thing is though, it like, to me as a bad guy, you do not like, especially if you haven't done anything intimidating up until that point. Like, had he done something monstrous and scary, and then we got the weird scene with the tentacles, I understand. But at this point, you're just a weird dude with a stick who has tentacles all over him.
Yes. There's a cool video that talks about like, one of the reasons that Tarantino is so good at writing characters is that it shows you a character in the uptime, when you put your game face on, a la Pulp Fiction, and then when in their downtime, Pulp Fiction, when they're talking about the foot rub
cheese and stuff.
Yes, so you get a full 2D image of them. So you get when they're up, when they're down. If this is him when it's down, you're undermining the character. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, straight.
It's a mess. Oh, anyway, yeah. So yeah, that scene lasts literally like 30 seconds and we're out. It was just to show us tentacles and that they're going somewhere. Cool. Anyway. Cool, we're back to the heroes. And then we meet an indentured server. Holy cow, this guy looks like Matthew McConaughey, but we'll let that go. He's a prisoner working with a crime as a servant. We get a Star Wars Phantom Menace type bet, but way less logical.
Yes, it's so illogical. Where did that bet come from?
It came
Why?
out of nowhere. It's like,
Why? And also, it's just like, this guy feels like he could leave whenever he wants.
Yeah.
And he obviously doesn't like this person he's indentured to. And this is like a weird universe anyway, so why don't you just leave?
No, I always pay my debts. Okay.
Then why did you make that weird bet? Finish your time.
you want it out, which is obvious, just leave.
Just leave. There's no
Clearly, that guy didn't want to leave. Yes, he's a prince, but he didn't want to leave.
Like, just hop on the bird and go, because clearly you could have done that.
Even say he's an animal tamer. It just anyway, yeah. He gets the weird bet. He has to face a hippogriff from Harry Potter, and they do the exact same thing they do in the Harry Potter movie, where they bow to it and it's respectful, and then he climbs on, and it's just this is Harry Potter.
Yeah, it is. What was that one again? Was it Azkaban or was it Goblet of Fire?
The one that Del Toro did. It was the third one.
Or Azkaban.
Yes.
Yeah. And here's the crime of this scene, though. All right. Okay. So all of this stuff leading up to it is weird. Fine. But you know what? We 1 hour, 2 hours into this movie. This movie does weird stuff all the time. Okay. Why did we have to spend another 5 minutes watching him ride this freaking bird thing, and then see him fall off, and see him slow motion jump into the sky to get back on the bird?
Okay, look, I'm not defending it, but I'm saying what they try to do is they try to do a characterization, or they try to tell you who he is, which is funny because all they did was tell us what he does, not who he is. That doesn't tell you anything about him. It was a job description.
No, but I'm saying, look, we saw him tame the thing. We saw him give the speech about betrayal and all of that stuff. That's all we needed.
That's all we needed.
Climb the thing. He's tamed now. Leave.
Live with the team. Yes. That's it.
You could have had none of the flying, have him talk to it, get on it, get off, then he kills the guy. That's what you could have done. But Zack Snyder wanted to have a cool moment, and I'll explain it to you now, actually, what he's trying to do here. He's trying to have a character moment. Anyway, but it's kind of weird because the story's trying to speed up, so he rushes through it, because there's no reason for the bet to be made. The person they're making the bet has no characterization. We don't even actually really see that he's a bad guy. He's just kind of fat and ugly and dirty. All right.
Yeah, I don't think he was a bad guy at all.
Yeah, he hadn't done anything bad. He wasn't like thing which he just made a weird bit, or else I get to keep you, and that was his most evil moment. But anyway, there's a cool slow-mo. Anyway, inside the weird, ridiculous scene, there's a nice little moment where we get that stands out. Basically, the idea through visuals. Again, Zack Snyder decides to talk through visuals in this moment. Where we get to see a slow-mo of the hippogriff looking at the scene. He looks at something, and you can see the hippogriff is smiling. Then the other guy looks at the thing, and he's like, oh, shit. So you can kind of get a moment where you can kind of see that the hippogriff is thinking. It tells the story in takes about 30 seconds. And then you kind of get that little crash scene.
Oh, am I back?
I'm back.
Yeah, you're still here. So yeah, I just wanted to say that moment. And then there's another scene inside that thing where you kind of get Cora appears to embrace the moment. It's a thing that you saw in the opening where she like smells the soil, and over here she kind of like tries to touch the air or something like that.
Wait, hold up. Have you gone through her backstory?
That's done already.
Yeah, we did that.
So have you also spoken about the obvious comparison of these two scenes, right?
Which one and which one?
Of the what?
Of her origin story and Thanos and Gamora.
Yeah.
Oh no, we did that. Yeah.
So, I was like, really?
Yeah.
Except it makes less sense because he's not trying to kill half the population. He's trying to kill all the population. But anyway,
and
we with
he's
the
happy
bird
that
now.
she pulled the trigger.
Yes. We
Yeah.
saw that.
Like I
But,
like.
yeah.
You're
But
not my child.
we with the bird now. We with the bird now.
Doing a little direction. We're doing a little directing thing.
Oh, okay. Are we at the bed?
Yeah, we're at Birdman. That's what I call him. I called him Birdman.
Matthew McConaughey, because he's basically.
And like, what was the whole point of everybody dodging the bird, and then Sophia Boutella is the one touching the feathers? Like she's the most fearless one.
Yes, no, it's what it is. Okay, I gotta read this properly. Okay, cool. It's she's trying to embrace the moment, right? She does it in the opening where she sniffs the soil, and she's like, oh, and then you kind of see Gunnar like looking at her. Do you know what I mean? It's a moment of humility. So the idea is that she does it in the moment, and she's happy. She's happy right now. But it's of course contradictory to the rest of the story because it stands out as strange every single time. It's like every now and then she randomly decides to be Uncle Iroh from Avatar or Patrick Jane from The Mentalist. Just out of the blue, she's Iroh.
Oh,
now.
Jedi.
Yeah, she's like, oh, she's trying to live in the
Also,
moment.
did you notice how that guy was flexing his muscles the entire time? I was like, bro, we already know you're shirtless. You don't have to flex the six pack as you're doing this thing. Like, I know you're
Hold your
shirtless.
damn breath. tuck your stomach in, go on.
Wear a shirt or something.
No, him not wearing a shirt, that's
Wear a
fine.
shirt.
No, I'm saying, look, I'm saying Extrodin, that's fine. He's got rippling muscles to show. But like you don't have to be like the whole time. Like that's what I'm saying. Like just be shirtless. You don't have to.
They needed
every
something to keep the
time.
ladies' attention in these movies because at that point I swear to God they were falling into a coma.
Like dog, every 5 seconds, if you look at that guy, he's just always like,
At his best, yeah, definitely.
I was like, that was his acting tip. That was his acting tip. Like that was the director told him. Like, whenever you're not saying anything, flex those muscles.
And talk to the horse, bird, thing.
Anyway.
In your language. For what reason and on purpose? What? Okay. Phew.
All right, so
Okay,
we
you've never been in a farm before, have you guys?
Yeah.
Only not for long.
You don't break a horse just once and then you can suddenly ride it. Number one, you can't. You're not. I don't care how long you've been in the owner of this ranch. Even you should have the brainstem of thinking, okay, it's listening to him now. It doesn't mean it's gonna listen to everyone else.
Ah, my
Right.
God, it was so stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we
It
okay.
was
So are we going
was
to
so
the?
female, it was so female book talk coded. It's unbearable. Shirtless man riding a big black horse. I was like,
Oh yeah, it looked like a Fabio. It looked like a Fabio cover.
exactly.
100% Fabio. Cool. So anyway, before you leave the scene, I still have to get something.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, cool. So anyway, yeah, we all agree it's not tied to anything. Her character, they try to make something out of her and it doesn't really make sense. Anyway, the bad man dies to the bird because they're trying to copy Harry Potter and it's just dumb because it's meaningless. Okay, cool. He's a bad man. Despite honoring it's made. Sorry?
Yeah, does he have a horse now? Does it decide to join them? Nope.
No, it doesn't. They just leave it there. So they're gonna kill it most, right? But anyway, so the Birdman dies because of reasons. Because they're trying to copy Harry Potter. Remember, because Draco Malfoy comes afterwards.
Yeah.
And then they fucked up. They try to do the same thing. But remember, when he gets on the bird, he says nothing mean. He just tries to get on. Whereas Draco Malfoy actively antagonized the bird. And they got on. Zack Snyder must have fell asleep in that scene, so he misses the point. So, yeah, so...
No, slavery is his own meanness. A dragon is not a slave. How do you say that in the original? Valerian? Let me look it up.
Look it up. But anyway, yeah, so he's a bad man despite honoring the bet that he made. But remember, he's a bad man, so we should be happy that he's dead. Even though he didn't go full Draco Macro. Didn't go Draco Malfoy. He didn't. He just climbed on, was thrown off and killed. Cool. Outside of him being a big, fat, bad man, what exactly made him worthy of being dead? That guy wasn't even a slave. He was an indentured servant. He was serving a prison sentence.
And also, it's not like they had him in the worst of conditions. It looks like that was stuff that he does every day. He was just hammering stuff.
No sense.
Wow. What a long-ass sentence. Saldrises dus care ecostas taur.
But like the other thing that I'm saying with that scene is like obviously this guy was not happy where he was at. Like if they were supposed to try and communicate that he was defeated, he didn't give me an air of I'm defeated, and that's why I've accepted the
no
sentence.
depression,
They
no.
should have done Guido. Guido from the Phantom Menace would have been a better example of what to do there. Again, copied Phantom Menace, failed. It's just...
And that's Phantom Menace. How are you failing at Phantom Menace? Like Guido is not something that was like nicely remembered. People do not like Guido like that, but you failed at that? Okay.
Yeah, cool. So with all the things missing, you do not need a 3-hour movie. First of all, don't make it one hero per area. Make it 2 heroes. Or one.
No, actually, why don't you focus up the plot and get to Titus and have all of these people with Titus? Just make them Titus's crew. They're the army. They're part of the army that Titus was leading. You said that
Right.
this guy's a general. He has an army. Put all of these people there. Have them in
Oh.
the Colosseum.
So
Have them
Titus,
fight in the
Titus is the
Colosseum.
first person you
Yeah,
recruit.
he's
Then
the
he
first,
recruits
yes,
people.
and then you recruit him one, and he brings everybody with him, and then
Right.
they're in the Colosseum, and they all have a fight scene in the Colosseum, showing their different styles and personalities of character,
Simple.
and then we move on.
And we don't have to worry about the disgusting spider woman. God, I hate that.
Oh, so
That scene was so long and unnecessary. I'm sure we'll go in there, right, Rob?
in there. But anyway, even Han Solo had a assistant. Kai should have had some people in the ship with him. He didn't. He's just by himself on a bigger ship than the familiar minutes. But anyway, cool. So now we get our Ghost in the Shell area, and we meet Nemesis talking to a spider lady that is taking a child.
The most disgusting. Okay, I hate spiders. Everyone knows that. Me and American Phobia go way back. So whenever there's a spider scene, my automatic result is I kill the bitch. No, feel sorry
but
for
like
that. I kill.
you know what the other thing was, right, with this scene. First
If
off,
there's
we
anything
we
more than
literally
4
get
legs,
like,
it deserves to die.
but I'm saying like the other thing is like we literally get no lead up to who Nemesis is. Like I feel like we just got dropped in the middle of that scene, and Charlie Hunnam is like a person like you, and it's like nobody is asking Charlie Hunnam what the hell he wants. Nobody.
It's like, I've got people. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to have everyone. So anyway, so the spider lady, they talk, and there's a little motherhood scene there that kind of, okay, whatever. And then they fight. Gunnar joins by helping the little girl, and I'm just like, oh,
He was useless.
Right.
Like, dog, if you're taking her to run to the area you came from. Why are you saddling and straddling the wall with this girl? Like, now you're like an enchantress from Suicide Squad. You're just here in the wall trying to do what? And then also the spider lady is inconsistent because 1 minute ago you're all stabby, kill. When you meet Gunner, now you're just like, I'm gonna snarl at you to death. What's happening?
And it shouldn't have been Gunner in the first place, because remember, the dialogue is all about, I'm a mother and they killed all my babies.
Yes.
And then the Nemesis is like, I'm a mother too. I understand your pain. And then the main idea is they're saving a child, helping a mother. So then it should have been the mother that saves the kid, not Gunner. Why is he here?
Okay, fine. Don't make it the mother. Cora, or whatever your name is, get in there. In fact, use that big gun of yours and headshot the spider.
We are not going to stop calling you Cora, are we?
We have to. It's the character's name.
It's the character's name. But I'm saying, headshot the spider. You have a
every
gun.
time I hear Cora, I just see Avatar. Like, what are you doing here? Oh, yeah, this is useless.
Anyway, but I'm saying, she has a gun. Just shoot the spider. Why are we seeing this lady front flip and back flip with the spider? It's one of the best action scenes in the movie, which is saying something.
A lot.
But like
then suddenly she's like, we see. Oh, she's. I bet. I kid you not. In the original, because I heard that this story was supposed to be a page that was put on the floor of Star Wars, and they didn't go with it.
Yep.
I kid you not. This character was based on Asajj Ventress.
Yeah, I can see that.
They were supposed to be like, oh, she survived the war. She's a bounty hunter. She's now struggling with the light side of the force. She's trying to bring herself back from the darkness, blah, blah, blah. But her lightsabers are still red. Oh, are we going to trust that she's a good person now? Ooh.
That's another thing that irritated me. Why did you only use the lightsabers near the end of the fight? Yeah, why was that not your opening move?
Because they're trying to get a build-up for us, the audience.
But we didn't feel anything. I didn't feel anything.
No, and also it's like one of the most slow-mo nonsense. Like there's so much nonsense slow-mo in this. Like slow motion is to emphasize something cool, right? Like I don't know how running in slow motion is cool. Like especially when you're just running through lasers. I don't know how whipping out your lightsaber laser things and then throwing them in a circle and the whole time, Spider Lady who was trying to kill you, she's just watching you do this. Like people complain about Dragon Ball Z all the time that people are just watching people transform. This lady is literally just watching this person put on a posing recital here, and it's like, I'm going to kill you with my like Spider Lady. Aren't you jumping and attacking and stabbing? Okay.
or at least take the child and run away. But anyway,
This is what happens when you overhype poor Zack Snyder because of his work in 300, and we loved all those slow motion scenes where throwing people off cliffs and stuff, and we were seeing oiled, muscular men walking
But that
around.
looked cool at
Yeah,
least.
what happened? We praised him, and what did he decide to do? He
I'm
decided
doing
to.
this forever.
wait, I just want to say one thing. Remember, slow-mo is not just about being cool. It's also about emphasization. In other words, to show a specific thing. Like, for example, David Fincher will use a cut on something to show this is going to be important later on, or this is important right now. So slow-mo can do that. The other thing that is done for slow-mo, that's done nicely, believe it or not, in the first Transformer movie is coherency. We need to know what's happening in a scene. So, like, for example, with Transformers, they'll fight, and you're like, okay, there's a lot of moving parts right now. I don't know what's going on. So it'll slow-mo, and you can see what's happening. Another one is, we talked about it now, Guy Ritchie, Sherlock Holmes.
King
When they're running in the forest,
Sherlock
right?
Holmes, yeah.
Or even in the fight scene when he's thinking about each moves, like discombobulate.
Exactly. And that one has dialogue to explain. And you see the bullet go in slow motion past them. It's to show you they are this close to death. It's to show you something. Zack Snyder, on the hand, when he does it, it's like, hey, dog, look at these guys smiling. Slow-mo. Look at
random slow motion.
Look at Superman dying in slow-mo.
No, that at least that makes sense. I'm saying here, there's just stuff that doesn't make sense. Like there's just stuff like we just randomly slow mo. Like there's a random head turn. Like somebody will head turn and look away in slow motion. Why?
Exactly. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, I would say the best moment in this scene is the part where she's fighting all the legs at the same time, and it's like from the back, and you see it like you see the leg thing. Best moment of the whole movie, in my opinion. Anyway, 1 hour 15 minutes in, Gunner is helping. Becomes a point of interest. This is a subversion of the good guy bad guy thing, where a guy like him would normally be considered a bad guy.
There we go.
But instead, he's considered a naive good guy, so it's a contradiction almost, or rather a subversion. You could say he's doing But
like he doesn't have any charisma. He doesn't have any charisma, and he doesn't have any like chemistry with Sofia Boutella. Like the two of them on screen, Sofia Boutella is trying to do something with that scene. She's trying, but like again, you said that this guy is a good actor, or he's been a veteran actor, or whatever. But I did not see it. I was just like, bro.
Naive, and then he was like, and it didn't work. They didn't explain the character properly. So
yeah. I mean, I get it. Look, they're trying to juxtapose it with the guy who's supposed to be like a church mouse or something, but like, give him something.
You know, like they're trying to do the whole, and I don't know if we've put it up before. Katniss Everdeen and Peter.
Yes. Because
Katniss is supposed to be like the forward. I'm not so emotional, tough character because I'm a hunter, and then Peter's the stay-at-home baker. So, and that character design was deliberately meant to look like that, where you feel like Peter's the more quote-unquote feminine of the two.
Yes.
And now they're trying to do the same thing with this character, but we just get a naive idiot.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I'm saying, but he like
give him. But I'm saying, like, even if you're doing that, right? Give him some charisma. Like, just give him some. Like, give him like at least make him charming. Like, if he couldn't fight, right? Let him be funny. Like, do something with this guy. There's nothing
like
here.
I said, there's some things about even look at Katniss and Peter. There are things about Peter that you find people found attractive. Peter was sweet.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, even if you look at like somebody like Ron Stoppable,
we don't see that in this character. There's not enough of
Yeah, but I'm saying even if we look at somebody like Ron Stoppable, like he was like for like 3 seasons, or let me say for like 2.5 seasons, he was never really like of great help in like the martial arts stuff. Like he was a great distraction maybe, but like he was funny. So at least there was that.
He had agency as well. He was a person.
Yeah.
He was a person. I think that's the thing. That's the thing that's missing. That's what I wanted to add. Like he was a person.
Yes.
Yeah.
He also gets upset. He also gets frustrated. He also wants to be in the limelight. He also gets seduced by the parts of the dark side and becomes a big bulky man. And then Ron's like, "Let go of this thing. It's not helping you win the mission. I like you for you."
Exactly. There are
Yeah.
there are certain rules. Like I like to put myself in rules of characterization, right? Like for example, you can always tell if your character is good by like following a few rules. Like for example, what could you say to your character that would make them genuinely angry without threatening them? Do you know what I mean? Like there are things you could say to Batman that would make him angry. There are things you could say to Superman that would make him angry without having to threaten them. Do you know what I mean? What can you say to this guy that would make him angry or happy or something?
I don't know. Yo.
The
It's another character. Huh?
the village you destroyed is all your fault.
Like
You know what I mean?
like
That's not
yeah.
character. That's a thing you did. It's generic. Do you know what I mean?
Like I'm saying, like if he got bodied, I mean, low key, if anybody got bodied in this crew, I wouldn't care. But like if he got bodied, I would be like, yeah. Let's get him out of this, please.
Get him out of here
And
because
what I also needed from Coralite was
Like she's a bottle of castle.
no. You know, we have a story about her explaining that they were encouraged to fall in love and all these kind of things and stuff like that. Oh, look at your eye roll, Mr. Buckmeister. Anyway, I'm trying to I want to see how it scarred her. How it's now teaching her to guard her heart against falling in love with someone else. What?
Yeah,
You
but
know-
I mean, we also covered that because we were like, this is a huge contradiction because you can't tell me that the love was beaten out of you, but then you were encouraged to find love. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, you were encouraged to find love, and then he died in battle. So
No, but
what?
like she says that the Empire beat it out of her also. So you're just like, but now you're telling me two different messages here.
Oh wow, that's just I forgot that part. That's just extra stupid.
Jimbo, they're all supposed to be known to love each other, and then they all have a gang rape.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Again, what?
A gang.
Yeah, like the lady in the beginning
I remember the lady
with
in the
those
beginning.
two South
yeah.
African De Antwoord members that are secret De Antwoord members.
Yeah.
Love. Explain that to us. You know what I mean? Don't just put that in there and then be like, oh, that's good enough. It's ridiculous. But
Anyway, we getting to one of the most frustrating parts for me in this movie. And like you've heard me this entire review, and I'm about to be even more frustrated.
1 hour, 20 minutes in, we enter the gladiator pit. And General Titus.
Give him a bath. Oh my god.
Daimon Hansu. Oh my god. First off and foremost, I literally said, thank God Daimon Hansu is here. Only to do what everybody does to Daimon Hansu in Hollywood. What?
What was my response to that? What were my words to you? What did I say to you when you said that?
Like, first off and foremost,
I actually thought like Shazam is in this movie. Like, yo, is this Shazam?
First off and foremost, right? First off and foremost, he was supposed to be the focal point of the first act.
All about
literally,
him.
Yes.
Literally, she says, we need to find General Titus. Literally. And remember, when we picked everyone else up, everyone else got a scene. Everybody else got a thing. The weird dude got to ride a bird. The other lady got to fight a spider. Charlie Hunnam got to shoot a guy. What does Daimon Hansu get to do?
Now we are taking too much time in the movie. Cut this scene short. Thank you.
Take a bath.
He gets hosed down like a dog, and then after that, he's like told, "Oh, you can have revenge." And then he stands up, does the best acting in this entire movie, and then they just move on.
Yeah, I was gonna say that this man, Digimon Hanzo, pulls a killer performance out here, getting emotional, but then the dialogue is garbage. So it's basically.
But I'm saying the dialogue is garbage, the payoff is garbage, and we don't spend any time with that character. He becomes part of the scenery, and I'm like, how are you making Charlie Hunnam? How are you billing Charlie Hunnam over Daimon Hansu? Daimon Hansu acted everybody into the ground with the 2 minutes that he had on screen.
But also, that speech by Sophia Botella was not that convincing, though. Like, let's be honest.
Well, he saved it. He saved the scene.
Yeah. She's basically like, don't be a pussy, action time. And he's like, well, no.
No. Apart from that, This character, I know you like the actor, but this character by far is one of the most disappointing of the whole crew.
No, he's
It was deliberate,
disappointed
bro.
because they do nothing with him. That's the
It was
Yeah.
thing.
deliberate.
Built him up
You
so
know, like
much.
in what's this? The Star Wars. What's this? A Force Awakens.
Yeah.
How we were all looking forward to Luke, and then we didn't see him until the end.
Oh yes.
I think this is exactly what they did here. That was deliberate. It's like,
But
okay,
why
this whole
did they
general.
pick Jaimon Hansu's character? I don't understand.
What gets
Like-
me going is the way in the end, not to spoil the end of the movie, but they refer to this general as the brilliant genius general. It's like, what genius has he shown in this entire movie?
Nothing, bro.
He shows nothing.
I was like,
Nothing.
what is
General
this
character.
talking about?
They
And
mentioned
I'm saying, like, everybody was championing how Zack Snyder was including more black people in his movies or whatever, right? They were saying that he's getting these actresses and actresses, he's giving them more speaking parts. Zack Snyder is down with the people, he's anti-Hollywood. But I'm like, dog, you did the same thing that Hollywood does to Jaimon Hansu all the time. Like, you basically put him in like a 5-minute scene. He's the best in it, and then you just never utilize him again.
It's
Why?
It's him. That's what they do to him, and that's Sean Bean dying. It's same thing.
Yeah.
now
we spoke
Sean
about Sean
Bean
Bean
had
dying all the
scenes
time.
before the ring. You know what I mean? He had a beautiful scene where he holds the ring. He had moments. This man, yeah.
No, but I'm talking about in general. Sean Bean dies in a lot of movies. It's like that's what he's.
Yeah, but I'm saying at least with Sean Bean, you get lead up to his death. You get him as a character. Titus is
Yeah.
not a character. He was just there, and then he's part of the scenery.
Mhm.
The only thing that dies in this movie are my hopes.
Yeah.
Anyway, that ends disgustingly quick. And now,
Why did you have such high hopes?
No, why did we get to see the guy ride a bird, but we don't get to see General Titus be cool or anything?
I think he did that on purpose. There's so many things that
I
he left
would have-
behind on purpose.
And
What's
those
part
are
two?
the questions that comes to mind. You are a general without an army. Out of like, and you're in a coliseum. You have veteran warriors in there. Out of Revolutionana,
Quick!
but Spartacus rebellion. The gladiators are uprising. Quick,
Khala,
Yana.
even reference one of your movies, Zack. Have him kick somebody down a well, preferably a white
They ain't
guy.
enough space
Say
for
this
uprising small
is.
mini army thing. What?
You can even have him say, "Madness, this is Pollux," and kick somebody down a hole or something.
yeah,
Dude, he's a hobo. He's a hobo in the street. You don't even see the Colosseum, dog.
Ay.
$60 million, guys. Anyway, we move on from there and we got back to the bad guys. We get a bad guy moment, keyword being moment, where the guy captured last time brought back and in the story to be killed. The whole scene is wrapped up in under 2 minutes and tells us the good guys.
Sorry
No.
about that.
And you know what's also frustrating about this scene? This bad guy, he doesn't understand how to get intelligence. The whole time he's like, you're seeking intel, and then you're paralyzing people at the base of the neck.
There's a reason for that. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying you're not messing with neural networks and memory and things in there.
Oh, he basically kills him, yeah. Not
So,
the
but like you said, you needed information. What the?
I was like, I'm done here. In 10 seconds.
No, but the other thing is he says probe his mind for more information. I'm like, dog, if he's dead, his brain is not active. What are you probing? Keep him alive.
Well, I think
They've got space technology for that.
they explain it backwards because basically they say that he dies, Atticus dies basically at the end or something like that, and they bring him to probe to dig into his brain as well. It's very silly.
Okay, anyway.
It's done backwards.
And that's the only saving factor about that entire movie is how never mind the impossible ways they brought the person back to life. What?
Nothing.
No. I'm saying at that moment, like they're gonna write fanfics between him and the regent. The way he was looking at his regent, like, ooh, more. That's the only thing. That's the only things I'll read. Those fanfics are the only things that keep me interested in this franchise. I want to read those fanfics. I want to read all the disgusting smart, tentacly smart that you're gonna come up about.
Oh Lord. Oh
Like,
Lord.
oh, there he goes about the regent again.
Oh boy.
point is to show us that the bad guys are gonna meet, and to show us the gun. Those are the two reasons that's there.
And also to also emphasize that the bad guys are bad.
Yes, thank you very much.
And then also I'm saying like that gun, the way it works is
it's the blowing up of
ambiguous.
Alderaan.
But I'm saying like that gun, the way it works is ambiguous. We'll get to it towards the end, but I was confused.
It shows two settings: kill, paralyze, and then apparently there's let everyone go. But we'll let that third setting go. The whole scene is wrapped up. Yeah, cool. They meet up. We should get the thingamajiggy. Okay, there's a moment of tension. Okay, the bad guys are gonna go to that location. The good guys are going to the location already. Or something about to happen. Woo! Anyway, cool. Cool.
Ooh, and another part. We are getting to the part that another part that angers set my blood on fire. Oh my god! Anyway.
Now we meet the king.
Woo!
Excellent.
Calm down. Where's my blood pressure medication?
We meet the alien, where all parties are destined to meet. Korra is told to wait for the meetup, and then within 10 seconds, the ships arrive for the meetup. There's a meetup between the revolutionaries and Korra. This is a wasted moment on an almost immediate speech, where there's just immediately a hero speech. No time wasted. The fight.
Shout out to Ray Fisher. He actually was doing pretty good in this scene. But the problem is that, bro, there's no build up, there's no setup, there's no payoff.
Yes.
Like literally, we just hard right into a hero speech.
It's like, hey man, we need you to do this dangerous thing. But it's dangerous. Yes. Okay, fine. Deal. So yeah, there's a
sister, are you gonna join me? Nope.
No, I am stupid.
Yep.
And then you know what's also crazy is that Charlie Hunnam's character goes, well, that's really short-sighted. Like, why is he here? Why are you here? Why is no one asking you?
And here's the questions. Here are the questions that comes to mind. You are a king of a sovereign planet in a motherland empire type of situation. You are hosting rebels and stuff like that. Where's your where's the intellect to say, okay, this is how I'm gonna keep you guys alive in this empire, in this motherland empire thing that's going on? How do I keep the bad guys from noticing that I'm also hosting rebels? How am I playing both sides in essence? Or how am I playing the intellect game? How am I playing the Game of Thrones in this big political arena? There is absolutely nothing. Why does he have these rebels? No, it's a matter of honor. What honor? What honor is there when they're gonna keep you alive? The first thing they said after that, we have to go. It's like this planet is compromised. We need to run for our lives. 2 seconds later, you're dead. Oh God! This character angers me beyond words.
The other thing is these blood X's, right? It's supposed to be these shrewd tactical what. Why didn't they kill the Connect? Obviously, the Connect is shady. Obviously, the Connect, like, who can place them, is going to rat them out, just from what we've seen, because he literally tries to make a deal with the bad guys almost immediately. It's not like we see him and he's like, I will never tell, or I'll never talk, or whatever. He's just supposed to be the Connect of the Blood Axes. I was like, if I'm the Blood Axe peoples, he's gone. Because obviously he can make us.
Go full rogue. Why not? But they don't, because they're honorable people, guys. There's honor and pride and honor, I assume.
If you are gonna insist on being honorable, at least have a big ass army.
No, I'm saying for the Blood Axe people specifically, who are the rebels, who were willing to turn on the farmers, why didn't they kill the Connect? Like, if that guy can obviously make you out, he's obviously a loose end. And if he's running with somebody that makes business deals, you know that he's going to be easily bought by money. So the first thing I would do is the minute we're done with our deal, I'm taking him out, because he's going to sell me out somewhere down the line very immediately.
True.
And also the other thing is, how long were you guys on that planet? He's literally like, I saw them a couple seasons ago. First off, how long is a season? And second, like what's this? Like, immediately bro comes down and destroys everything. And I'm just like, you didn't even investigate the city. You just set everything on fire?
Yes. Yeah, immediate punishment. It was very strange.
Like, how do they not have more rebellions if that's how the mother world operates?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
How do you become a king of a goddamn planet without at least an effective military
Dog, we don't even see that. He just rolls up, cries, and dies, dog.
You know, on his knees. No, and then
I feel
you're
like
a damn sovereign.
that guy is Jaja Binks's uncle or something.
Dog.
Oh
The
God,
similarities are just out of
Yeah.
this world, bro.
Man said we've been striving for 10,000 years. I don't believe you.
you know,
Hey.
you would have been at least a little. You should have been a little more successful, sweetie. Like more planets.
And like what I'm saying is that this mother world has not been they've been at this. How are you not ready at all?
You know,
He
Questions
might
for
be an
later.
idiot, but that CGI king has some of the best acting in this film.
oh, and to
Have the best acting. All
and
the
to show just how well, how that king is the best had the best CGI actor. He was taken out by the best CGI prop in the entire movie, the stick.
Yep.
Like you need to die by this stick. We can't kill you any other way. Yeah, you're too good of an actor.
None of the aliens
Stellar
have
performance.
strong bones. Otherwise, that stick is just going to be out here killing everyone. It's like
Yeah.
no one's like, oh, I need 2 hits. Now everyone is 1 hit.
One hit KO.
Dog.
Admiral used to roll.
Have you ever fought anybody with a
Mirror
knob
whack.
kiri? You ever fought anyone with a knob kiri? You'll know that thing is indestructible.
Yes.
Clearly, I think an African wrote this script. Now that I think about it, the fact
Ah,
that we get
please.
Afrikaner villains and Nobkiris and
Oh please, let's not get there. There were people speaking Zulu in Tatooine back in Star Wars, so we've been behind every single decent sci-fi.
I don't want to
anything.
take credit for this one, guys. I'm
So
so
no, this one we renounced entirely. This is
He's my mark.
this
oh
was
god.
this we can't say that. You okay? Before I get beef with the number.
Anyway, so now we're after Homeboy destroys the planet with the weird crab guy face,
I'm
dude.
not there yet, yeah?
Oh, where are we now, Rob?
We're still at the speech.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Anyway, I was talking about there being a wasted moment where the speech happens because the part that's wasted is that when the fighter refers to the dreadnought, right? It's like, it's a dreadnought. There should have been a moment where the crowd freaks out and the leader, Ray Fisher, has to regain control.
Yeah.
Kurosawa movies did this very well. He would use the reactions of individual small groups and even crowds to make you feel the importance of what's happening. For example, there's a scene in one of the movies where like everyone's like waving fans and then someone says something and all the fans stop moving because it's important. You know what I mean? He could have done that. Instead, he just says, yeah, the guys, we have to defend against the dreadnought, blah, 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 blah. And the crowd was like,
Yeah.
It should have been, we have to defend against the dreadnought. That would have been a better moment for a director to do. Cool.
Given that it's supposed to be a quote-to-quote incident for a Star Destroyer.
Yes, it's supposed to be that.
Like they say it's a suicide mission. Nobody's acting like it is. So
Exactly.
There's no letter to your loved ones. There's no let my children know that I loved them. There's no, if I could have lived differently, I would have done this. Farmer boy, if you survive, do something different with your life. Nothing.
I would have just preferred a little, do you know what I mean? Nothing. So anyway, it's wrapped up in minutes. This should have been a mini-series, as you said. It's all too fast and plot-driven.
It's too fast and it's also too slow at the same time. I don't know how they got that right.
It's because it's pure plot. But I'll give
and exposition for years. Dear God.
So
again, Ray Fisher did. I think
Yes.
Ray Fisher's performance was good. I do think that, but
now you guys hated Charlie Hunnam, but I actually liked him. I thought this little charisma scene that he has. The following scene is Charlie talking to what's her face, Cora. Basically, Charlie Hunnam. I thought he did great here. Where it's like they have a moment between each other, and you can kind of hear this chemistry. Can you all admit that? Where like he smiles at her, and like they kind of have like a little back and forth. To me, it was better than the scene with Gunner.
no, it's better than the scene with Gunner. But my thing is that that scene irritated me because it's just like, how are you not asking questions? Like, this is the thing. You've been like, you should have been suspicious of this guy from the bar. Like, literally, he gave you no reason to trust him since the bar. Like, all he did was shoot another guy that obviously you could have shot. Like, that's not enough for the basis of trust. Why are you just taking this man for every word at face value?
The
You got
bar is
nothing?
in hell.
You got nothing? Like, I'm saying you're a veteran. You've been in war. Like, you've had orders. Like, and also you're a fugitive. Like, that's the other thing we're forgetting about this character. Cora is a fugitive. She's supposed to be a fugitive of one of the the world's most famous fugitive, actually. Especially considering her backstory at this point, where apparently she was
Yes.
like the daughter of a general
She should
in
have
the
like a
Mother
bounty
World
on her head or
Army.
something. Yeah.
Like,
She's
bro,
not just. Oh, okay.
she should be
Correction.
having. Sorry, I'm saying she should be having the Samurai Jack posters everywhere, where we're like,
Yes.
who is this woman? Find this
If there's
woman.
one character who needed those elite four samurai ninjas from Blue Eye Samurai coming after her, it was this character.
But no, 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 no. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna have her
Especially if she
actually
went
act like
off
a
world.
military veteran fugitive. We're just gonna have her smile at this dude who's given her zero reason to trust her.
Yeah, definitely.
Eh.
What? She rolled. He rolled 12 for deception. He rolled a 19 for deception, and she got she got a 1 for. She rolled a 1 for.
Ah.
Cool. So yeah, yeah.
This. Oh, okay. Just to emphasize, this is another trope of female characters written by men. Like, where is your military training? Big flashy big flashy smile. Look, this is me of my off season. I'm not plot driven. I'm just trying to be as relatable as possible. Oh, he's not so bad after all, type of thing.
Like, she's supposed to be Batman. Batman suspects everybody. Batman even suspected Superman's cousin. When
Yeah.
Supergirl landed, Batman was like, who is this? And it's like, but it's like, I don't trust her. I barely trust you. You've proven you. I don't know who this is. Where
The,
was that? Got
the,
nothing.
there was
Dolo.
that line. There was the line he told Martian Manhunter. All I need is a match.
One of the best lines ever, definitely.
It's
Yeah,
like
I'm
I've got a
like, I'm just
50,000
saying, you're telling us that
piece
this
of
is a
alien
minute.
halfware for the one in
Oh, sorry,
Metropolis.
Tebello.
All I need is a 20-second match for you. Nothing like that.
All I'm saying is like you're cutting this character's military experience in half. And like I don't believe that she was a general of anything.
Mhm.
Let's say maybe she was too soft after being in the farm for too long, but even then, yeah, I agree.
No, she was prepared to leave. Like she literally clocked them. Like you don't have a military, you're not prepared for anything. Obviously, you guys have all killed yourselves, and you're trying to capitulate to somebody who's going to destroy you. The strategic move here is to leave. And then when she kills all the soldiers, showing that her skills are still technically sharp, it shows. And then she's like, "We're gonna have to fight. I need to find this general. I need to find Titus." She's like, "Boom, boom, 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 boom," and then all of a sudden,
I can
out
also
the
talk
window.
about what was the plan? Come back to the village and what? Fortify it against a aerial bombardment?
Yes, swing your sword at it.
Yeah.
Use generalness.
But I was waiting for someone to say, okay, do you guys know any siege engineers? It's like, okay, I've developed a shield technology to create an energy shield that will protect the farm. This one here will shoot an iron cannon that will disable the dreadnought long enough for it to be caught by the gravity well of the planet so it can get into sinking orbit. Look at me. I'm a general doing general thinking in a movie that I don't even care about. Oh my God.
Sorry, Rob. Keep going.
Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. Anyway, they have the conversation about because Kai is like, you've changed my ways. You've convinced me with the nothing you've done that you guys are really the good guys. Oh, by the way, would you mind if we just went over to this unspecific place and then I just drop something off quickly? You guys cool?
You gotta fall into the camera. Relax.
I couldn't believe my ears. We're running a rebellion here. You want to drop off contraband? We're literally on the clock here. No, we're not going to your weird planet. You want to leave behind your little smuggling game? You're doing that right now. I'm sorry. What?
Han didn't deliver the things. He didn't deliver the things to Thingamajiggy first. He kept the product, and then but
No
no.
suspicion.
Yeah,
Well, that checks out.
Han made a sacrifice, but not Kai apparently. So yeah, we get the bad guy POV once more. Yeah, with the things. Yeah, but then something interesting happens here actually, because we get our third mention of the ship, the dreadnought that this man is flying. In the beginning of this thing, to me, it was just a ship. But in the 2 scenes, it has become a very, very badass ship. It is one of the most amazing ships. I'm not sure who to be mad at here. Because if you want to intimidate, if you want to show that this ship is badass, right? You do what Star Wars A New Hope did. You do what Star Wars Episode 7 did. And for example, what I'm talking about is with A New Hope, I don't know if you guys remember, but it basically has a title crawl, right? And then it starts with a small ship firing, and then you just get this big ship. And for like a full minute, the ship is still going over the camera. Do you know what I mean? And you get an idea of how massive this ship is. In number 7, Rey is looking for ship parts, and you see how small she is compared to the whole ship. And you get a similar camera shot. With this one, you get a space vagina and a tiny looking ship coming through. Do you know what I mean?
That's what it was.
Yeah,
Dude.
no,
That's
the
what it
pictures
was.
in the
I was
window
just
in
like,
this movie,
why, like Zack, this shot is weird. Also, on top of that,
Dude,
right?
like,
When we talk about
even
New
in the
Hope,
beginning,
I'm so glad you guys
even
said
in the
it.
beginning when they were narrating, bruh, and then the whole there was like a black hole, whatever you call it. Didn't it kind of look like?
I'm glad you said it because there's some things I feel like I can't say because I'm of a certain group, and for me to mention these things just shows just my utter disdain from them. So when I notice these things, I go like, oh, ew. It's
no, but like the other thing that was weird about it, right? The other thing that was weird about it is like if you're trying to make this ship scary, you know what they did in A New Hope? They literally had Grand Moff Tarkin be like destroy that planet.
Yeah.
And the planet destroyer does what? It destroys the why am I forgetting? The Death Star destroys the planet, right?
And you get reaction, yes.
Yeah.
and it was a very important scene to show how the Empire is actually evil. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
And remember, even before that one, you're right, that was brilliant. But before that one, they're like, let's go to that planet over there. And they're like, wait, that's not a planet. Do you know what I mean? There's a reaction to it. In this one, there's no reaction.
Like the dreadnought just fires like some laser cannons onto the planet's surface and it's on fire and they kill the king and then that's it.
They don't even show like maybe the soil lifting and then you kind of see the thing being destroyed. You know what I mean?
Like in Rogue One?
Yes, you just see
like there's a problem on the horizon. There is no horizon.
No, it's like, yo, Captain, we just discovered something else. What? The Captain's like, oh, okay, let's go.
Exactly. Anyway.
Off you go. The sociopath.
And I'm just like saying, this is the recipe for a planetary revolution, like a galaxy-wide revolution. Because if everybody hears how you're treating other planets, they literally have no reason to be loyal to you. Like all the rebels have to do is just show up and be like, "Yeah, you heard what happened to that last planet?
Give us your guns, give us your men, give us your ships.
They're coming for you. Yeah, it's your turn next."
For Alderaan.
I mean, at least the Empire did try to buy people's loyalty at some stage. They did try and inspire loyalty amongst the Republic. So, but these guys, it's always land and kill everything, and I'm just like, that's not a sustainable model.
Well, that's the thing. It's like the eternal conquest drive of, you know that movie Riddick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see nothing about the people's culture, whatever world building. It's all conquer and join.
You know, again, I'm going back to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
I'm going back to Dragon Ball Z. Like the Saiyans destroyed planets so that other people can inhabit that planet.
Yeah.
That made sense.
Yes, but they had lore, they had a history, they had legend, they had legacy, they had legends. Even Chronicles of Riddick, those guys had gods. Do you know what I mean? They had fears. I dare to tell me what these guys' fears are. I dare to tell me what their gods are.
Well, I mean, apparently he fears a big bushy mustache and a staff that cracks the ground. But anyway, we'll get to that guy.
No, he was. he was that was more than fear. That was something else. I was like, no.
Oh, yeah, but anyway, yeah. We go back to the
I'm
hero.
writing the fanfic as we speak. The admiral quivered at this at the region's pulsating muscles.
I'm
Oh,
gonna,
Lord.
I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm gonna need you to stop right.
I,
You can't stop me. You can't stop book talk. Book talk cannot be stopped.
No shipping allowed.
The ship has
uh,
sailed,
that
and the
ship
only
needs
thing
to
that
be
can stop it is
destroyed.
cannon.
The ship needs to be destroyed.
Someone
Hey.
think that. Cool. Anyway, we go back to the heroes, following through with the Kai transport plan. It's all a setup. The drop off is done. Korra finally appears to recognize one of the men. This only
That's another thing that annoyed me. She didn't pull a gun. She looked like she noticed two things wrong. If I was her, I would have shot Charlie Hunnam the minute I saw him whisper to that guy. Like, where is the military instincts? Like, you have your gun on you. Like, definitely, I'm like, why is he whispering? Why? And no, something is off here. No.
Something don't smell right.
such trash.
And
Anyway,
the General Titus didn't notice nothing. Nothing. The samurai woman who is supposedly a ninja, your ninja senses, like everybody was just like la 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 la. I'm just gonna walk
Yeah,
onto this.
everybody gets conveniently caught.
Uh,
Or plot.
lifting the heavy thing. Yeah.
Or plot.
Then
I would
they-
have understood if like half got caught, half escaped, then the other half was trying to wreck
like this would have been the time to show General Titus's genius, because he could have been like, Korra, something is wrong here. Like we need to hold back. We need to see what's going on. We need to step back for a little bit. Something.
I would have understood if the general was the one who was like, okay, they got captured, but we escaped. Let's try and work on an escape. Should we retreat? No. Let's watch. I know this admiral. He's gonna start monologuing like crazy. You see, he's monologuing. This-
Dog,
Yeah,
I waited for General Titus to be cool for so long. Oh my god.
and
Apparently, there's a second part coming out later this year. So here's hoping.
yeah, let's hope they shot it already. That's the only way this is getting a sequel.
Well, didn't they show like after the epilogue they showed like scenes from the next part, sort of like an anime, like in an anime where they show you.
I didn't even get there, dog. When the
Well,
credits rolled,
Check
I was out.
bro.
At this rate, the only way I'm going to be watching it is either if I'll be it's either one of you comes there, you Mr. Extrodin, you're gonna open your Sharingan, open your eye into your
Get
teleportation.
your ass.
You're gonna pull a Toby, mind to open a portal, right? You're gonna come out of your space time jutsu in my room.
Man,
Before I have time to react, I'm caught. I'm tied up.
You have to put it in infinite Tsukuyomi to watch part 2.
I'm
Oh,
tied
sorry, I
up.
think it was a
I'm
trailer.
changing
I saw
my
a trailer
channel.
on Netflix. It's a trailer of part 2.
So it's shot. Damn.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Like
They
show
would
the
have
general,
to.
They show the general.
They would have to. If they have to just go off of the reception of this one, there's no
It's
sequel.
done. Yeah.
Yeah, because they show you Jimon and Sue like training the farmers, and now it looks like it's the chief elder or something. Hey,
For
yeah.
what?
God.
How are you going to fight? How are you going to stop an aerial bombardment?
Exactly. Why would they drop a nuke? It doesn't make sense.
It's like it's giving a badly written 40K script. The thing
Okay,
about
okay.
that-
Let's be fair. If they need that place's food, I can understand why they wouldn't carpet bomb it. But he didn't come back with an army. Oh, we're skipping to the end. Sorry, Rob. Keep going.
No, they didn't even need the food because remember they destroyed a planet. You know what? Never mind. Anyway, point is, there was a missed opportunity here because that bad guy you see him like in 3 different times, right? You see the orc guy 3 times. So what could have happened here to give her agency was for her to be like, holy shit, I've seen that guy. Because Kai specifically says, I don't work with bounty hunters. He specifically says that. She specifically saw that guy as a bounty hunter. She named him as a bounty hunter. So when she sees them talking, after that, the connection should have come in. She should have acted immediately.
Yes.
And then the trap springs. Instead,
Right.
she's like, I've got a bad feeling about this. No! So yeah, missed opportunity.
Like also, guys, I'm trying to understand something. Is Kai like Han Solo and Lando Calrissian at the same time?
Basically, while being
Yeah, but I mean, Lando didn't. I mean, yeah, Lando did do the whole betrayal thing, but like he came back. Kai had no intention of coming back at all.
Yeah.
He's the guy who betrayed them in that horrible movie Last Jedi.
Yep.
Yes, Benicio del Toro's character, yeah.
Yes, Del Toro. That's his Del Toro, exactly. And now they all get captured, right? They all get captured, and this is the part that made me almost want to scream. Okay, because this is a wasted opportunity. Kai's story, even though you guys are mad at it, I think it's almost amazing. Here's what they should have said. Because remember, she's destroyed planets, right? She should have, because at the moment where Kai says, there was a time where my planet was destroyed by the Empire, and I learned that nothing matters. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I live for myself. It should have been her that destroyed his planet. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Put in a flashback, it's her.
Yes.
And I'm doing this, I brought everyone here because
you destroyed my parents.
Yes.
Yeah. You killed my parents. Yeah.
How cool would that be? This would be the perfect reverse card.
Yeah, because it would be like the only thing I saw was the desolation of my home planet and the person responsible. And then cutscene just shows her standing over the entire battlefield and like, oh, perfect shot selection. Hire us.
Zack, keep all the ridiculous scenes, right? And then add young Charlie Hunnam crying next to his mom.
Yes.
Keep her doing the weird slow-mo cheering thing. Add Charlie Hunnam in the background. Done. This garbage scene becomes less garbage.
If this was anime, that's exactly what would have happened.
So many close, great moments. That was wasted dialogue, wasted and not used. Then Atticus talks to Gunnar, right? There's a moment where they're all on their knees or whatever, and Atticus talks to Gunnar and is like, why did you bother fighting? And the answer, the camera turns to me, the viewer, and then tells me to go fuck myself. That's the It turns to me and says, go fuck yourself. Uh-huh. Everyone just kind of says stuff. It's never
like Gunnar is literally like,
I don't know.
Like, you're right. What? Now you speak with sign language. Now you have nothing to say. You were plenty talkative back there when you told him about the bushels of grain. Now you don't want to tell him that, dog, I'm fighting because you literally doomed my entire village. Like nothing.
I had a physical reaction. It was I wanted to cry. It was such a stupid moment. And then it gets worse. It actually gets worse. There's a moment, right? After, for no reason, he starts explaining, that guy's a prince. Oh, okay. That guy over there, her backstory is this. Oh, okay. All that nonsense happens, right? After we've met them. Cool. Then, for some reason, Kai is in charge of everyone. Goes to Gunnar, calls him a coward. Trash. But can you you know what? Whatever. And then tells Kai, here's a gun. I need you to go kill what's-her-face yourself.
Like, dude, why didn't you just also arrest Gunnar? Like, I don't get it. Why is Gunnar so special? Why?
No. You know why? It's just because he's a simple farmer. Even though he knows how to work this gun that he's just found out for the first time, he's literally like pulled the trigger. So what? Did Charlie Hunnam's character, whatever that guy's called, set the gun on stun or kill and then allowed this guy to just use the gun? Like, he didn't, you handed this gun over to this guy, left yourself defenseless, even though you're a thief, and you didn't actually give yourself any way to defend yourself.
That's because he's a farmer. That's original.
That's never been discussed between Kai and Gunnar. They didn't have a moment. They never had a scene where they talked to each other, where Gunnar was looking down, or looking up at Kai, or maybe Kai was looking down on Gunnar. There would be a setup for this. Why are you calling him a coward? Why are you doing all of this? When did you hate Thingamajiggy? When did this happen? Nowhere.
Was it when he was getting his nuts?
When did Gunnar fall in? When did Gunnar and Sofia Boutella ever have that level of a relationship?
Where Kai noticed it.
I liked it, but that was not enough for you to set this up to punish Gunnar. Why are you punishing him for what? You didn't know him well enough to punish him for something. You didn't show us anything. And then my God.
Meanwhile, Jimon Hanso is not saying
anything.
what? General, say something.
He's been Thanos. He's out. Own booty. Then after all this happens, after this man couldn't protect his own booty from, do you want it the easy way or the hard way? The choice is yours. After that happens, this man does nothing, and now all of a sudden he managed to find the third setting on the gun, unlocks it. Who knows how he did that? And then kills Kai.
No, he found both settings and he managed to switch them both in 1 second. Like he managed to switch the kill setting off, switch the other setting off, and then Kai, who's supposedly like this guy who's a badass and a thief, now just all of a sudden his limbs shut down and the farmer outmaneuvers him.
Yeah.
The farmer outmaneuvers him.
This is the best episode of Netflix I've ever seen in my life. And just fucking watches himself die.
You
They
know?
didn't have a slow-mo, dude. I swear to God, dude, I was on this movie's side. You heard me try to defend this movie.
I'm so glad. I've never seen such fuming passion coming out of Rob in my entire life. I feel so it's so glorious.
But do you know what this feels like to me? It feels like an old school rapper who's trying to do outdated raps from the 90s. And he's trying to play them out now. Kind of like that whole Eminem verse, what's his face?
Melly Mel.
Yes, it feels like Zack Snyder feels like the Melly Mel of filmmaking right now. This is what people
Went to the store and told them what to do. Hey, then they said that we just got to do it our way. Hey, what the
Hey.
dog. This is what they mean by, yes, this is what they mean by a plot-driven story, by the way. Because this story is 100% plot. There is no characterization. I am fucking done. Okay, you guys can talk about this.
No, you know what the other thing is? The plot's not good. That's the other thing. It's not like if you're plot driven.
It is a generic hero.
Generic is one thing. Generic is one thing. Nothing goes anywhere in this story. Nothing.
A Big Mac is generic, but I can still taste something.
Nothing, dog.
Like you
know, this is like, you know how we complain about Thrawn. What is this? What is this dude's motivation? What is Ed Skrein's character's motivation? What is it? To destroy everything?
Can you please explain to me what is this guy's body made out of?
I don't know. He's a weird. He's a cyborg robot. I guess.
I'm sorry. Because the final battle implied that it was happening high up in the sky. It doesn't happening in the coastline or anything like that. It was like they were practically up in the clouds.
No, he was bleeding red. He was bleeding red blood when he was getting stabbed.
And then she manages to knock him off this big platform. Goes, I don't know how many meters down to the ocean, to the planet's surface. How are you telling me how is he not paced? How is he not? I've seen things fall from high up. Don't ask me how I know these things. He should have been at least a puddle of goo
on the
ground.
If he was a robot, he should have at least been mangled to pieces or something.
The bones
like the Terminator.
At that point, your bones actually fly out of your skin. That's how hard the impact is when you die from this kind of thing. It is ridiculous.
And there he is. He's still fine. And then
you see, this is the thing that like when you're watching Superman fight with someone, if they're saying that Superman is so strong that he can do this and that, you're like, how is it that he gets punched by anybody and he feels those punches? How?
No.
It's like
Yeah.
When Sophia was
wait.
Guy,
so
right?
we buy the betrayal. We'll get to that scene. So we buy the betrayal right now. We covered all of that stuff. Where are we now, Rob?
What happens is betrayal is just a meaningless gunfight happens. Chris Ray dies.
Random slow-mo again.
This is wasted potential. Like the part, like this woman with her special, they even put out the gun and be like, oh my God, you're so and so. So I'm like, okay, this is the gun is gonna come into play. No, she uses a rifle the whole fight. Now Ray Fisher sees one of his friends die. He's like, oh no! So then he runs. Dog, he runs. and
Slow
so funny.
motion.
Dog, they show him running like this, right?
No. He doesn't. He didn't see one of his friends. He saw his entire platoon get
Yes,
blown the F
yeah,
up.
yes.
And
Because
then also
he
what
gave
I'm
the
saying is
dumbest
like Ray
order in the
Fisher. And
dumbest
I'm
order
saying,
of all
dog,
dumbest order generals in history.
Yes.
like dog, and I'm like, you're a rebel like leader, right? You've been fighting this people for I don't know how long, according to the story, right? You didn't have your people in the ships watching the surrounding area, keeping a perimeter just in case you got ambushed.
In case anything happens.
Dog, and not only
Yes.
that, did his ship not have sensors? The other ship was hiding behind a hill. What are we talking? What year is this? Year is this?
Wait. So I'm picking up a whole lot of disturbances in this area.
Apparently,
Can you? I formally request for us to do a sweep of this place so I can see if there's anything going on in this disturbance. Nothing like that.
well,
Keep
like,
patrolling.
You don't have no technology.
Everything jammed. No, just
Like,
out
you don't have
How
any
can they be jamming us if they don't know that we're coming?
Yes, classic Star Wars. Oh, it's
like-
so corny.
like bro, I'm like you don't have any technology to detect any of these guys' weaponry whatsoever.
Just
Like bro,
bushes.
like or you didn't even like they don't even have like an insignia or like a style design. Like Ray Fisher, who's probably had to study this enemy for as long as he could. What if he saw those boxes in Charlie Hunnam's ship and was just like, hold on, like
Those
wait,
look
I know what that looks like. No.
Bro, there's not even stealth modinyana like alpha beta squadinyana stealth.
Nothing. Dog. And
no
then
cloaking
just
device.
to show
No.
how dumb everything is. You see when these little pilots are getting killed, right? There's this one chick who's like, oh no, I can't get in time. So let me run to the
I
next ship.
remember.
Blows up. I run to the next, and then she's like 2 ships away from the platform. She's there. She stops and just starts shooting at the thing, and then she blows up. It's like, but why? What's happening right now? Why? Why'd you stop running? And then again with the Ray Fisher thing, when he's running at the thing, right? You see him doing this, right? And then Zack Snyder cuts to his feet and he's running like an old lady because he's going uphill. So it's like small step, small step, small step. No!
It was so weird. It was so weird.
So weird.
And it was just like, this is not what you slow-mo on. Why are we doing more random slow-mo?
Then he jumps and then he misses because of course he does.
How? How did he miss? How?
And how did he
That
break
was-
the glass with a stick? What? It's supposed to be the spaceship.
Fine. Spaceship, he's super strong. How did he miss? How can you miss somebody sitting down?
Dog.
Sitting down.
Dog.
You're clearly standing up. You can clearly see this guy. He has no room to maneuver, but somehow this guy just moves to the side.
Like,
And also, why did you throw away your gun? You had a gun. You had a weapon. Why didn't you keep that weapon with you and take it and shoot the
from close range.
from close?
It should do more than a stick. It should do more than a stick.
Why did you grab a stick? Like there were so many weapons on the battlefield. You had just killed like 3-4 guys. Take their weapons. Use the.
All I'm saying is, I'm not saying Zack Snyder was trying to say something with this, right? But you're gonna tell me the nigga put down a rifle to chuck a spear? Ah, to chuck a spear. He went from a
No,
rifle
to chuck a spear and miss.
and
And
miss.
miss.
What Wakanda ass bullshit is this?
And then also on top of that, right? On top, like,
Wakanda ass. Don't ever offend Wakanda like that ever again.
Wakanda forever. You can offend, no problem. What I'm saying, like the thing is, right? What is this thing of Zack Snyder was like pushing black actors? Because I don't understand. Ray Fisher
Wow.
just had 5 minutes in the movie and he dies one of the dumbest deaths ever.
Demon just takes a bath this whole movie. That's the only significant thing he does.
Like again, I'm not trying to pick on Zack Snyder. I'm literally not. I'm not trying to pick on Zack Snyder. Not that I can. Not that I can anyway. Nobody cares about what I say. But I'm just like, there was this whole thing about how with the Snyder cut, he was pushing these black actors. With the this, he was pushing this. With the that, he was like, he was gonna do Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, etc., etc. I'm like, dog, you have a property right now, and the black actors that you have in this are the most interesting characters in your story. Why are you not utilizing them? You like that weird
okay,
speech,
okay,
that
okay.
weird speech that Ray Fisher gives, right? It had more passion and emotion than any of the other scenes leading up to this entire thing. Use him.
Yeah, but again,
No. In this case, the writing was so bad that it's the only reason that these characters have got impact is because of how little dialogue they actually have.
see now I'm gonna defend the writers, like, because we're all right.
Less is more in 24. That's what they said about this movie.
Dog. Thing is, we're all writers here. We all would have realized there's no characterization here. We all would have realized the plot flow is wrong here. We all would have noticed this.
And
Dog.
it's like for some reason he just forgot about the bird guy. All of a sudden, this guy becomes significant when Ray Fisher dies, and he gives a speech about Ivana.
Like,
I even
He's
forgot.
you, yeah, and honor them with whatever. And then also, like, again, why are the fight scenes so lackluster? Oh my gosh.
Do you know why? It's because you don't know anyone. You don't care about anyone. There's no stakes. There's no plot. You don't care.
No, but
The
even
thing
outside
about
of
battles
caring.
are that people can die. You need to feel emotionally invested
No,
in
but
the
guys,
battle.
I'm talking about the actual aesthetics of the battle. It's
I get
all
you.
run and shoot. That's it.
Mhm.
Everybody just runs and it's so boring. Like, for example, right? Batman in the warehouse scene, he literally makes a dude backflip on his head or whatever.
Yeah.
He like throws, like kicks a guy and there's like grenades. Like the scene is still stupid, but aesthetically, Batman looks like an impressive combatant. And when he's fighting these people, they're doing fancy motions and movements to make us feel like something is going on in the scene. When we look at like Man of Steel, right? And Superman is fighting the 3 Kryptonians. They're not just punching him. They're slamming him into the ground. They're doing things and moves and all of that stuff, right? This is boring. This is just Sophie Patella runs and slides and hides against a wall and runs and slides. Like, I'm not getting the feeling that she's supposed to be a military battle. And okay, fine. If you want to tell me they're trying to mimic actual gun battles, it still don't make no sense because she barely takes cover. Sophie Patella's character barely hides behind anything. You never get to see her like one shot like people and it's like accurate or pinpoint accuracy. Like, give me the John Wick. Do some John Wick stuff. Something.
Yeah, I agree. What they could have done is maybe lift the camera up. We get a top-down view, so that way we know where everyone is and why they're doing things. But we don't know where anyone is. We don't know why they're doing things. So it just ends up being pa 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 pa.
I didn't even know where Jimon was at any given point.
He fired a gun for 1 second.
Dog, the prince did something. Was he even in the movie at that point? Did he leave?
Yeah.
Do you know?
And guys, I've got to go.
Come on, man. 20 more minutes. We're almost done.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I just have a read.
Right. Well, anyway, it was cool, man.
No, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
so my thoughts is it's the worst thing that have ever come out of 2023, and they were trying to hard Zack Snyder. Yeah, Zack Snyder made me reconsider the Wachowskis, and that's saying a lot.
After Jupiter Ascending, I feel you.
Wait,
Dog.
was this better than Ahsoka?
Like I'm looking at Jupiter Ascending, like maybe I judged you too harshly.
I don't know. I like Korra more than I like Ahsoka. So, but I don't know.
Yes. Okay. Here's the thing. Ahsoka has not got bad directing specifically, but this has got bad directing.
Yeah.
I think.
Wait a minute. Rob, will you please keep recording since Tebello's leaving?
Oh snap! Okay, where's the record button? How do I press the record button?
No, I think Tebello's got to stop.
I have to leave first, I think. All right, bye guys.
All right,
I'm giving it a solid
Cheers,
2 out of
buddy.
10, by the way. So long as you know.
All
A
right.
solid what?
A what?
2 out of 10.
That's higher than me, but okay, cool, man. We just lost our, I guess, our nicest person to the movie. 2 out of 10.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, we were talking about the disaster of the action scene.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else you guys want to add to the art?
Again,
know.
the Ed Skrein Korra fight.
But I'll get there. I'm talking about the main.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I didn't really feel his death that much. I didn't want him to die because I wanted to know more of him. But when I saw his I
Oh,
don't know,
this is Ray Fisher, ne?
yeah, when I saw that girl that was mourning his death, there was something there, but I feel like I didn't know her
No,
enough
I
to
didn't
feel.
care. I was like, I'm interested in Ray. Why are we killing him off? I literally said out loud to myself, if they kill him off now, it's gonna mean nothing. And then
Exactly. But you gotta admit, her reacting adds to the emotion.
It
Because
does,
the
but I
reaction
don't know her enough to feel
yes,
sorry for her.
that makes it hurt more. Why couldn't you have done that? Yeah. Now he does it.
Because I
It's
feel like
up.
where was she all along?
Yes. Just
no, where was Ray Fisher all along?
yes.
Like, this is the thing. This movie has tangents for days. Like, we spend so much time with the spider lady.
Robot. Yeah.
We spend so much.
Movie.
Yeah, we spend so much time with the spider lady who means nothing to the movie. We spend so much time with the bird thing that means nothing to the movie. We spend so much time with the robot that means nothing to the movie. We spend so much time with Charlie Hunnam, who's
The
just
honey
like,
boy.
yeah, who's just a random like plot twist that everybody could have clocked and seen coming since the bar. And it's just like all we do is waste time. And the guy that we came to see, and like you guys don't understand, I'm so mad about Jaimon Hansu. I'm so pissed because I didn't know he was General Titus. I didn't know. So when he showed up in the movie and he's General Titus, I was like, he's the objective they need to get to. He's the MacGuffin that's going to turn the tide in the war.
Right.
Then he's just a dude who's a hobo on the street who's just getting hosed down by a pipe. That's it.
And it could have been so much better because I don't even mind that because this man pulled out a 2-second performance that was amazing. And then
No, I do because the movie set up his importance.
Yeah.
They set
For
him
me, if
up
he was
and
a
they
prisoner
didn't
or
pay it
something,
off.
if he was a prisoner because he's a threat or something, that would have made more sense.
yeah, because they set him up as a badass. So like there's the spike of a head of the last guy that tried to talk to him. So be careful. Then it's like, yeah, don't be a pussy. All right, I'm in the army, guys. I'm a part of the team.
And I have no army of my own, even though I'm supposed to have an army.
Don't call me general, huh? But anyway,
disgusting. Cool, man. So anyway, let's move on to the final battle. Like when I realized how much time left, I was like, oh my god, is this actually the final battle? It blew my mind. Anyway.
And by the way, when the admiral just stood up, not like he's not even dodging any lasers. He's just standing up and he's walking like it's
Dog, he looked confused. I was like, why is the final boss confused? What a waste of my time.
No, I was like, yo, stormtroopers, I want to apologize. I know how much
you guys
fun
have better aim,
you guys are marksmen compared to everybody in this movie. No, because like the thing is, the bad aim is even affecting the main characters. Like Korra keeps missing, and I'm like, aren't you like a veteran marksman who's been winning wars? Why do you keep missing?
And your gun has got continuous fire with tracer bullets. What are you missing?
Yeah, I'm like, it didn't make sense to me that she ended up fighting Ed Skrein hand to hand when there were so many guns around.
Dog, you gotta have a hand-to-hand fight. You have to. It's the rules.
Yeah, bro. Like that whole gun thing that they hyped up the importance, and yes, it's a dangerous weapon. Thank you. What? That couldn't come back into play. She couldn't bring it back one time and shoot Ed Skrein with it. At least make the gun more important. Nah.
Dog. And again, we're gonna talk about how character. Now we're gonna enter the final fight. Now, right? You guys are cool.
Yeah.
Now, again, this is 100% plot. There is no character. Do you guys remember Equilibrium?
Yeah.
Remember they set up gun fu, right? In order to give you character, how people fight. If you think about Captain America: Civil War, or the Russo brothers would deliberately add fighting techniques to add character to each of the individual people, right? There's a person behind their fights. This one, generic swinging. There's no characterization. It is plot.
And by the way, you have an actor who was the Transformer. He was also in Deadpool, right?
Yes, he's the bad guy from Deadpool.
And you have a lady that was an assassin in Kingsman Secret Service. But
Yeah.
somehow they fumbled the
Somehow.
bag.
Managed to water it. They put 10 liters of, they put Oros in a swimming pool. That's what
Hey, dog.
they put
Yo.
Oros in a swimming pool. But anyway, so now again, why this so plot driven? The final battle happens with Korra absolutely dismantling Atticus, beating the living shit out of him in ways I wish could happen to so many bad guys in movies. Does this guy deserve to be beaten? Yes. But why her so specifically? Hell, even skinny blue makeup girl has more reason to beat Atticus the way that she does. Do you know what I mean? Like, tell me why. She has no connection to the resistance. So Ray Fisher dying means nothing. She barely knew Gunner. Or she only knew Gunner, sorry. She was.
I would argue she barely knew him.
Yeah, she came fine. Yeah, fair enough. Who was basically called a coward for his ambition? So why is he so emotional? Dog, the Gunner situation has always annoyed me. He wasn't a coward. Was he a coward because of the fight? Was that set up? Anyway, so that was meaningless. The fight was meaningless. Gunner's situation was meaningless. And then, of course, we have to talk about Zack Snyder himself. The man's love for, because he uses the shallow depth of field all the time in this fight, by the way.
Yeah.
That's why I think the fight was so ugly, is because we see gun, bullets flying, and blur. Do you know what I mean? She's shooting at blurs because he's using shallow depth of field.
At certain moments, it seemed like the Admiral was just waiting to get beat down.
Yes.
Like even when she stabbed him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you so chill, dude?
Why are you so chill? Like, what's happening right now? And he's bigger. You know what? Never mind. Ironically, the shallow depth of field made the whole movie look cheap. Like it was shot on a sound stage. It looked so cheap. $160 million. I don't believe you.
No, like that's what I'm saying. Like the choreography, right?
Yeah.
They're not even doing like the Batman Begins thing. Like I know people like to criticize Batman Begins for its fight scenes or whatever. I still love those fight scenes. But I'm saying like at least the camera like pulls in tightly and like it'll show you Batman doing a move, and then you can at least infer what else is happening from like context or whatever, or your brain can like fill in some of the blanks or whatever. But like here, they're trying to frame it like we can see what's cool and what's going on. There's nothing really cool happening.
The reason
usually what I've noticed with good fight scenes is two things. Either you feel the pain of the main character if they're getting their ass whooped, or you cheer the main character on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt none of those things.
Do you know why? It's because of the cuts. Like what you said with Batman Begins, it's a good example. With Batman Begins, people complain because there was too many close-ups. Because of the close up. Now, what happened with this one is he tried to do close-ups too, if you actually think about it. But instead of a close-up, what he do shallow depth of field. So whereas Batman, you'd see him zoom in on a fist, what thing would do is he'd show the whole thing, you'd see the fist, this part would be visible, and the rest would be a blur. And it's like, it's not the same, bro. What you're doing doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? What you're doing doesn't make sense. I get what you're trying to do. Stop it.
Yeah. Actually, you're like, now that I'm referring back to the fight, like yes, there's a scene where he like focuses on Ed Skrine's leg getting stabbed by the stick, and everything is blurred except for Ed Skrine's leg. And I'm like, okay, I saw her stab him. We don't need this much focus.
Dog, it doesn't make sense. So another thing to point out.
But also, if Ed, what's his name?
I forgot. Noble.
Atticus Noble. Yeah.
If he's a cyborg, why did he feel the pain when he got stabbed?
Oh, they don't know what he is. That guy changes like from scene to scene. One scene he's a robot, the next scene he's bleeding red from the mouth like a regular person. Like in the hentai scene, he's got cables and things. And then when he's fighting her, now he's bleeding.
And he feels pain on and off. Like there's times he's just like, and you're like, okay, are you upset right now? What's happening to your face? It was so weird. In fact, I don't think he's a robot. I think his acting was so bad in the final fight. You guys think he's a robot?
No, there's a part of it at the end of the fight after she pushes him off the cliff, which also, the Korra, whatever your name is.
Yeah, it's Korra.
Why didn't you wait so long to make that a move? If it's me, and the minute I can, I'd have drop kicked him off of that platform.
Dog, Man wanted to dismantle him because she's upset. Okay, but
what?
Upset at? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is your grievance right now?
And I'm saying, like, you're a
like
veteran. Like, you're a veteran war hero.
Yeah.
You'd want to end this fight as efficiently as possible.
Unless you're so emotionally distraught that you break. Do you know what I mean? Like Spock. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, but why are you so emotionally distraught? What happened? Zack Snyder.
Is the village chief your father or what?
Yes. Do you know what I mean? Give me some emotional damage.
Like, in fact, that guy that she was talking to, that old dude, it should have been the village leader. It shouldn't have been a random old dude.
Exactly. Nope. Oh my God. Anyway, so now that all happens, right? And now they all go there. I don't even want to mention it. Yeah, they go. They're like, yeah, guys, all three of us are gonna change everything. There's an embarrassing.
Diamond Hansu's speech.
Yes, you agree. It's embarrassing. Guys, we stand a chance now. What are you talking about? Oh my God.
We've made a difference today. How?
What?
Are you saying this because people know that you're a general and you have to say something nice about after a war? Is that why you're saying this?
Nobody saw you guys fight these people.
Yes.
You literally got kidnapped and captured. You haven't destroyed anything of significance yet, let alone the dreadnought or whatever.
The dreadnought's still moving around. You probably killed more what you call those things?
Bounty hunters.
And you did the actual troops. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make. What are you happy about?
That guy lost his marbles a long time ago.
Dog. So that shit happens.
Oh my God.
To this man being picked up and sent to the army, and there's something else that made me angry. And it's something I noticed is the aesthetic. Okay, cool. When you're with the good guys, right, the rebels, things are kind of dirty. They're kind of clustered. Do you know what I mean? Because it shows they're the underdogs. The Empire, they're also dirty and clustered. There's just wires everywhere. Things are looking weird. Like in Star Wars, right? The Empire is clean. They're white, smooth British accents. Not with this one. They're just as dirty as the good guys. What is happening right now?
And that's where I'm saying
the motherland or whatever they are, like they're broke.
Dog, it's like they broke. What is happening?
And it's just like, wait a minute. If you guys are this raggedy and you're destroying the people that are supplying you, what is the point of your empire?
Yes.
Is Joker the one running this entire thing? Where he's like, it's not about the money. It's about sending a message. What?
I'm just a dog chasing a trail. I'm just a dog chasing a car. I wouldn't know what to do with it if I got it. That's basically what's happening right now.
And this is the other thing that annoys me. Jarman Hansu's speech, it becomes even more irrelevant because he's not dead yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
The bad guy is not dead. Jarman Hansu's speech was so unnecessary. They will sing praise songs, will they? They will remember this day. Who?
Was there a webcam I missed? Are you gonna show them the movie Rebel Moon? Because otherwise,
if they spare anybody's life and said, "Go send a message to your emperor."
Oh my God!
And then also, what they're gonna see Ray Fisher missing somebody who was sitting down with a spear.
Dog.
They made that guy such a big. Ray Fisher's character is another one. They made him such a big deal. The blood axes, and he dies in the wackiest way possible to some generic NPC that he missed.
Generic pilot gunned him down, killed his whole squad.
What kind of rebels are you guys? Like, don't you guys have like armor or something?
See, they rebel against the plot. They rebel against coherent writing.
Yo. And then we get that, I guess we're at the end now. Which, okay, first off, I don't know why everybody's happy going back to the farm. because I'm like, the dreadnought is still out there.
Hmm.
Like, just because you might, like, okay, maybe in their minds they killed Ed Skrein. Great. The dreadnought is still out there. They can still get somebody else to fly it. They can still get somebody else to land it on the planet. And now you're housing an actual rebel army. They have reason to visit you.
Hmm.
And you don't have an army. There's 4 of you.
Dog.
You don't even have weapons, bro. It would have been easier if you guys had weapons at least. No weapons, fuck on.
There's a specific line in which they say, no, guys, they're cowards. They're going to run back. Okay, but then they're going to come back with with 2 dreadnoughts. So
And if they're cowards, they're not going to fist fight you. They're just going to carpet bomb everything.
Yes, you just said that. It's so contradictory. It's so contradictory. It doesn't make sense.
And then we get Ed Skrine's scene, which also just annoyed the hell out of me. So this guy is supposed to be the general that who's the father or whatever, right? And apparently he wants to bring Cora back so he can crucify her or whatever in the annals of what. And first off, I'm just like, if you want her dead, why are you making him bring her back alive?
And also, like I said, which is a question I asked earlier, didn't the Admiral notice Cora when he went to that farm, guys?
Dog. Apparently not. They had to see the gun.
You see, it would have made sense if the Admiral and Cora grew around the same, like they grew, like that guy raised them together. That would have made more sense. It would have carried more weight to the story.
And also, like, Cora, if you know this guy can see you and notice you, why are you putting yourself in an easy position to be noticed?
We found.
You're a legend.
This is that whole Thrawn versus Ahsoka thing, where Thrawn is deliberately being an idiot so that Ahsoka can get away with stuff. Like,
yeah. It doesn't make sense.
And then he gives that weird, like, first off, the scene is still weird altogether because it's just like, give him more juice. Like, it's like, it was such weird Matrix vibes where I was just like,
it was.
But like, also, the Matrix, like, when they plug people in, there actually is a plug. He was just in a vague bubble of water or something.
They wanted to show a womb. They wanted to show a man. That's what they wanted.
But I'm saying, also,
yeah,
is it a healing chamber? Is it an incubation healing chamber? Did they clone his skin? Like, he fell from a crazy height after getting stabbed in the stomach.
According to them, they hadn't healed him yet. That's why his heart was struggling.
You know what I started to think, but that didn't happen. Remember in the bar where that snail thing was controlling a guy?
Yeah.
I thought maybe that tentacles thing is actually the Admiral. But they didn't show us that. So I was like, okay, maybe I was wrong.
No, he even goes like, hey now. Like, the tentacle thing was going someplace it was not supposed to. He's like, hey.
Yeah. Like, it was just out here, full-on tentacle porn, dude. It was just ridiculous.
And now, oh my gosh. And I'm saying, like, that speech at the end where he's like, do you expect this to be good news?
Yes.
And it's like, first off, I'm not scared from any of these dudes. Like, stop trying to do Vader, because you guys are not doing it. No, you're not even doing Palpatine.
What's his face? Tarkin. You're not even doing Tarkin. You're doing the worst Tarkin I've ever seen.
Oh my god. Like, yes, I'm supposed to be scared of these guys. Like, Vader was terrifying. I'm not scared of the Uber driver and I'm not scared of the Uber driver and like that fake ass beard. Dog, like that beard looks so fake to me. I was like, yo, this is a Tyler Perry wig over here on her face. What are we talking about?
But honestly speaking, man, I feel like Vader, even with just using the Force, dog, not even taking out his saber, like you were just intimidated by that.
No, just him walking and being like, find the rebels. That was it. Hey, we were scared.
I need to find these rebels now. Yeah.
This guy with his stick. What is it with these dudes in sticks? Are the sticks like standard issue? Is that like the weaponry? Is that like when you become an admiral? Yeah, when you become an admiral, you have to use a stick. Like the nob is like there's the nobgiri line. You don't get like a gun or anything. You get the specific nobgiri line. Like if I go to that guy's castle, does he have like a wall full of different sized nobgiris that he gets to choose from or whatever?
Yes. Ironically, what you're saying is technically right. It's a theme. It's supposed to be a themed thing of this. This is the symbol of the nation. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And then when it breaks, that's why it's in slow motion. When it breaks, it's supposed to be like, oh, she's breaking the system. That's what we're supposed to be seeing. If you got that impression watching that movie the first time, you are a damn liar. Do you know what I mean?
I just thought it was more random slow-mo. I was like, oh, Zack, why?
A metaphor. You dog.
Like, I swear this movie is 30 minutes if you take out all the slow-mo.
Dog. It might as well be. Yo. There is like
take out the bird scene. You take out the bird scene, you take out the slow-mos.
Yep.
And you take out, there's something that Buckmeister mentioned earlier on. I forgot, man.
The spider. You get rid of that freaking spider. Did nothing.
He was trying to promote the motherhood because the nemesis is the
No,
mother.
but I'm saying the thing is that, bro, we don't have time.
Yes.
Get to the plot here.
Late.
Yeah. Yo. Like that's my biggest thing with this movie. We don't get to the plot. We don't get to where we're going. 2 hours, 30 minutes. I felt like we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that she did was to gather people. That's all.
Yeah. And at that point, it could have just been a phone call with the ease.
No, yeah, and I'm saying they don't team up. There's no team moves. It doesn't feel like a team.
Yeah.
No, they don't. None of them do, actually.
Normally, what would happen, right, is this whole movie would fit in the halfway point. Remember, we talked about story beats?
Like Avengers.
Like, yes. So you see the section of the movie? This section would be fun and games, right? It would be like X-Men First Class, where, you know, they round up all the things, and then they kind of chill at the thing with Jiggy. Then the bad guy comes, takes half of them, kills some of them, and that's the movie ending. That's where Rebel Moon ends. X-Men First Class, that part is where Rebel Moon ends. And then the second half is supposed to be another movie. Go fuck yourself. Do you know what I mean? That's what you've done right now. Yo. They took
the audacity to say part one.
I was watching the review from the Double Toasted guys, and they were saying, yeah, this is definitely a rental. This is not a movie you watch in the theaters.
Oh, rental. Are they getting soft in their old age? What's happening to Double Toasted? Because I thought they would have torn this movie to shreds.
Oh, Kana, you understand the rating system, no?
Yeah. Dog, for me, if I was rating it by their system, this would be some old bullshit.
Oh,
what's the system like? What's the rating system? I don't understand it.
So it's better than sex. It's full price. It's matinee. It's rental. Then it's some old bullshit. Then it's fuck you.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a long rating system.
Because this man basically told me to fuck off, so I would return the favor.
No, I'm not angry at this movie because I'm not invested in any of these characters. I don't really care about anyone here, so I'm like, whatever. But like, it's just for me, the time and the meandering of the plot is unforgivable. I'm just like, dog, like you forgot that you were directing a movie and you were just like, look at this cool thing over here. Look at this cool thing over here. And I'm like, fine, okay, it looks great. And
you know what I think what should have happened here? Part one should have just been the story of Sophia Botella, like from her being a child, almost killing that guy, growing up, trying to save the princess, all that stuff. Then she ends up at the farm. Right? Just do that.
No, actually just make this episodic. Stop doing movies, Zack Snyder. Stop it. You clearly don't do movies. You do TV series within a movie, and it doesn't work. Like, if you want to spend time with these characters and spend time with these backstories,
Go
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, Yeah, and then also on top of that, follow the cartoon format where you have like a particular format, like you have to go spend time. You have to go spend time with this one character. So let's get the backstory of Samurai Lady with the sword. Let's go get the backstory of the robot. Let's go get the backstory of General Titus. Let's get the backstory of Charlie Hunnam and all of that stuff. Let's just do these episodic things and build this thing up to a season finale instead of just trying to rush everything in one movie. It's not, because you're not balancing any of the elements. You're just jumping. I feel like we're instant transmissioning from planet to planet at some stage, because I'm just like, when did we get here? Why are we here? And then no, we're gone again. What? Like this lady here with the samurai swords, I swore I blinked twice and I didn't know we were on a different planet, and then we just were.
Yeah, and they're not even samurai swords if you look at them, because the blade is so thick. It's a butcher. It's a butcher knife.
It's a butcher knife, right?
Cleaver.
Yeah.
It's a meat cleaver. That's a classic meat cleaver.
Yeah, and it was so useful. It was so useful in the final battle, right? Like it did wonderful things in the final battle.
But as useful as a second-hand condom.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm thinking, like with lightsabers, you understand why there's no blood, because it's like that. The thing is so strong that it sort of burns you off.
Yes, it cauterizes the wound. Yes.
Yes. What does this thing do?
I don't know.
It makes me angry. That's all it
does.
Because
when she cut the spider at the back underneath, there was no blood, nothing. I'm like, wait, what?
Also, that was such a poor attempt at doing the anime samurai slice. Oh my god.
It was.
That's true.
Because also it had no effect. Like the spider was not bothered by the samurai slice.
No.
Even feel bad calling her a samurai. Maybe I don't even know.
This was crazy, man.
No, I'm at a loss for words, because I'm just like, the other thing is that there was nothing, like, outside of some of the visuals, like there was nothing cool. Like the Snyder fans always clamor and say that Snyder at least does cool looking stuff. I didn't see anything cool. Like there's no scene that I'm gonna go isolate watch on YouTube from this movie. Like there's no battle scene I'm gonna return to. And also like just some of the staging and oh my gosh. Even some of the cuts. The way this movie is cut sometimes, it just cuts to another scene. Like there's literally next to no transition or whatever. Like we here now. Why? Don't care.
Yep, it is a disaster.
I can see why this thing bombed. When I heard reviews of it, I was like, it can't be that bad. Apparently,
it is. Bad. It really is that bad.
Okay, let's give our ratings, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, let's give our ratings. All right.
-5.
Dang.
I am going to give it a 1 out of 10 because it took.
Okay, let me not be mean. I'll give it a 1 out of 10.
The thing is, to me, the difference between this and a slideshow with captions, it might as well be a slideshow with captions. You know what I mean? Not even a comic. A slideshow with captions underneath explaining things.
I don't know, man. Give it a 4. And I'll tell you
4.
Hey, to be fair, I get why you give it a 4 because it's functional. No, it's not. It's incoherent. But stuff happens. It's kind of like, in a video game.
Like I was saying, for me, her backstory, for Sophia Botella's backstory has Gundam anime vibes. You know what I mean? Even though it does have a lot of plot holes, but
I agree with
that
you.
For me, it felt like anime, like a lot of anime there. And then also the costume designs are not bad. None of us have complained about the costumes. You know what I mean? For real though, even some of the effects were not bad as well. So like visually, it was not bad. Visually, it didn't look cheap.
Argue with you, but at the same time, I'll accept your answer. For me, I understand what you're saying, but for me, it felt muddled because it's like when I film, right? I always tell my actors, don't wear mixed colors, right? Wear specific colors. So if you got a red shirt, if you got a red shirt with no writing, wear that. If you got a blue shirt with no writing, like, you know what I mean? Solid colors.
Right.
With this one, there's so much brown. Then they add green. Then they add. It's so jumbled that to me it felt like a blur. Do you know what I mean?
I'm sorry. Four,
Bro.
4 makes sense. I refuse to
four.
be angry, but like for me, I'm too angry to
The
get.
love has been beaten out of me. We've been encouraged to find
See,
love.
but you're talking about dialogue. I didn't say anything about the dialogue. I'm talking about like the
Hey,
visuals.
it's got character designs. I mean,
The vision, like, okay, did you see, like, okay, first off, every gun in this thing looks hella generic. Even if we look at this gun at the back that I got over here, it looks like a standard shotgun. Does nothing that special.
But how great does that wallpaper look, though?
Yeah, it looks amazing.
You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying, and that's why I'm angry, because for me, it feels like a good thing that was used badly. I mean, you have the most beautiful sword in the world, but if you stab me in the stomach with it, I'm not going to rank it high. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you're still like, it's a beautiful sword. I'm like, okay, but you're stabbing me with it. And that's my problem. I feel, do you know what's funny, right? You guys don't know it, but I actually have a 5-page rant. I still have 5 more pages complaining about it. For myself, I'll do a solo video maybe, I don't know. But I'm going to leave that now. It's almost 1 o'clock. It's almost 12. So.
It's almost 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I think
I mean, like this.
You should do a solo rant. Please do a solo rant on your channel.
I will. Yeah.
Hey, like, I'm just saying, like, for me, the thing is like, if I'm asking why every 5 minutes and I'm not getting any explanation for anything, like, this movie refuses to explain itself at times. It just refuses to explain itself. Like, it just like Charlie Hunnam's character from the bar, you know he's gonna betray them.
Mm-hmm.
From the bar. He shot one guy that was behind Sofia Boutella, Sofia Boutella's character. Oh, yeah, shows you how memorable these characters are that we keep using the real actor's name instead of the characters' names. And so, great on you for that movie. But it's just like, she was fine. She could have handled him, no problem. But that's the thing that endears you to him? What?
There's
Like,
something wrong about people that stay at that farm. I think they lose themselves every day or something.
Like, it just, like, it refuses to explain itself. And, like, I don't understand any character's motivation or anything. Oh, I even have something here because I also took notes while I was watching this freaking movie. That's how I know it was bad. I was literally writing stuff down.
Yeah.
Like, what's this? Like, also the backstories, right? The backstories to me are just weird. It's just weird. Like, this backstory we get on this little girl, Sofia Boutella completely changes her mindset because this girl heals a bird.
The princess, yeah.
Her father, who's a warmonger, is like, she'll be the birth of something better. How? You run a literal empire. How? Oh no, I decimated your entire village, but here's a bird for you. What?
He was thinking too far ahead. Just keep it simple, stupid. Classic. Kiss.
Oh my god.
You're the second person that has told Buckmeister about Zack Snyder movies. The same thing. Because like Peter was like, why are you using logic?
I
have no beef with Zack. I actually liked 300 for what it was.
I'm a Zack Snyder fan. I like Watchmen. I like 300. I like a lot of his stuff. Man of Steel.
For me, like I said, Sucker Punch is the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. In all of existence. That's the worst movie I've ever seen. And it was by Zack Snyder.
This is the worst one
No, and I'm saying, like, the two leads have no chemistry. She has no chemistry with Gunn. Why did they pair them up? And it's grating to watch them on screen together because I'm just like what do you see in this guy, Cora? What's
Gunner's motive? So that he can destroy the people that he wanted to sell the grain to? Like, what's your motive?
I wanted to make a little bit of extra money, and well, you see what happened. It should have been a story of redemption, where Gunner has to try and redeem himself after what just happened to the village. Instead, we get Pikachu face. What's happening, guys? What's happening, guys? It's just that's his whole character, Pikachu face.
Anyway, guys, do you have any parting shots before we close it down?
If you guys want to do part 2, I guess I'm down. I guess if we're doing part 2, but you guys have to say you're doing it. I'm not doing it by myself. No.
Fair enough.
I will not suffer that injustice alone. Oh my god.
No, we'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Nah, I'm good. I if you want something better, I promise you I can do better with my book.
Hey, please, Chief, come save us from these bad movies.
Buy my book instead, guys. It's on Google Play and iTunes right now. It should be on Kobo soon. Rather, if you want to see some cool creatures, check out my book.
Shout out.
Mr. Extrodin?
No, not so much, man. Just thank you so much for joining us, bro. I really enjoyed having you around for African Frame.
Hey.
And thanks, Tebello, even though he couldn't be with us for the entire thing, but it was great to have you guys, man. Hopefully Philo will join us on the other one. But yeah, guys, this is our rebelmoon review. I think I'm the one that gave it the highest mark, which is
almost 4 hours of rant. Almost 4 hours. Oh my god.
I don't think anyone will agree in the comments, but yeah. Maybe that's me being too lenient on.
I know Zack Snyder fans. You guys can't. You can't.
Please,
tell me.
Please don't tell us. Please don't release the director's cut. We don't want to see it.
You can release these nuts.
He already has a part 2 coming, but like guys, come on, be real. Zack Snyder fans, come on.
Yeah, no, this one.
Be honest.
There's no bias on this one. Let's be real. But anyway, guys, this is African Frame, and from myself, Mr. Extrodin, Rob Sibeko, and Buckmeister Cul, we out.